Right.
610 WIOD. Neil Rogers. While you're goofing off at work.
So what kind of a non sequitur was that as an excuse to take a shot? What the hell was that?
610 WIOD.
You call that a born-again penis?
Just lick 'em.
Seems like Clinton done whipped it out. Showed Ballin' Jones his trouts. He said, honey, will you partake? Come on and kiss my one-eyed snake. He says no, she says yes. And she can prove it if he'll undress. We'll find out who's right or wrong. Let us see Clinton schlong. Let us see Clinton schlong.
Just lick 'em.
The bitch demands that your legs come undone.
I like it.
Let us see Clinton schlong. What's it gonna take to shut up those right-wing morons?
Ms. Jones, I asked you up here to thank you for the knob job you've been doing in my re-erection campaign for the state of Arkansas.
Excuse me, Governor?
What I mean is, don't blow job security by going down to the private sector.
I'm afraid I don't follow you, sir.
I don't care who slept with JFK, or give a damn if Hoover was gay. This lack of dignity gives me fits. What the hell now? Hey, Hillary, show us your tits. Let us see Clinton schlong.
Increíble.
The bitch demands your pants come undone. Let us see Clinton schlong. What's it gonna take to shut up these right-wing morons? Make our life better and we won't be. Go on and boink the big
I had a chick named Kay. One day she flew away.
Oi!
To Tijuana where the moon is blue. The moon is blue. But with our right-wing censorship, there are words that mustn't slip. To truly tell you how I feel for Kay. Let's feel for Kay. So, if you see Kay in Tijuana, I'll see you in Tijuana too. Now if you see Kay, tell her I miss her each day. And the FCC won't let me sing this song I wrote today. Now if you see Kay, take her hand, gently say that after this transmission I'll be out in 90 days. Oh, if you see Kay in Tijuana, then I'll see you in Tijuana. Don't wanna go, but gotta see you in Tijuana too.
10:04 WIOD. Happy Wednesday to all, and to all a great day. Man, is this a day or is this a day? Huh? It's another day as we continue counting them down. Adin, Dva, etc. Chitiri, Piach. Don't start with that Russian crap, man. Fidel's going to know what it's all about. Don't tell me Mary's making more changes to that log again. God, we wouldn't want to be doing that.
Home Depot's fault.
Yeah, well, don't be having all that stuff fall down, please. So at any rate, I'm going to, I lied. I said I was never going to mention, well, I mean, I don't have to mention her name on here, do I? Ms. Antichrist, Walter Sabo's other quarter, whatever the hell she is. By the way, she is very cute. Just ask her. She'll tell you on the air. She's cute. Do you think she's cute? I think she's like a nondescript, I think would be the best compliment I could pay would be nondescript.
That's a high compliment.
Exactly. But at any rate, so last night was the definitive, I mean, I'm bursting at the seams. I could sit here and ramble on for 4 hours, and I just might. I just might do it, because I'm like really just bursting, like I said, at the thing today. I heard last night the definitive, I mean, it was the Walter Sabo hairy penis format to a T, and it was enough to make you either scream, laugh, cry, or all of them. So yesterday, of course, Rick was off for his birthday. Don't do it again soon, Rick, not while I'm still here. And Brooke was on, of course, and Brooke we like Brooke, don't we? Yeah, we like Brooke. But at any rate, so they moved everybody up on a schedule, and we had the unmentionable one from 6 to 9, and Ski Feremski, whatever his name is, from 9 to midnight. So Karen, what's her name, is on there last night, and she's doing this Sabo formula where she takes one little article from a newspaper. Remember the one about the engagement ring, of course? Did that guy ever get the $9 grand back or the ring or both? We don't know. In Kansas? Let's find out. Let's talk about that today. What do you think? WIOD.
Hello?
You think he ought to get the money back or what?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So at any rate, she goes on. She's got this story about these two dykes that want to adopt a kid who's like retarded that nobody else wants. He's in a foster home. And she's reading this little blurb out of the newspaper. I mean, this formula, it's unbelievable. You take a little kind of like sidebar story that nobody really gives all that much of a crap about, and you make a show out of it. And you insist, and you keep reading it and reading it and reading it and reading it and banging it and pounding it and clanging it and just insisting, you're going to talk about this even if you're all gone, even if everybody turned it off, you're still going to talk about it, God damn it. Oh, by the way, Roger Crotch's quote of the week. Did you see this, George? You see this week?
Yes, plagiarized, by the way.
I like it a lot, though. I think it fits into a T, like a glove, like a rubber glove. Roger's quote of the week is, the best way to get back at your enemies is with tremendous success. End of quote. We plan on it, Roger. So at any rate, and then there's like no calls. So I'm like mesmerized. I'm in the car, but it's one of those deals where you don't want to get out of the car, not because it's entertaining, not because it's interesting, not because it's fascinating, but because it is so embarrassing. I'm just asking myself, how can this be? And she's like training these other underlings, these other people who don't belong on here. She's training them in the formatics of this. It's like talk radio in a box. It's like, you know how you have like instant tea and instant coffee, and you put them in a cup and you just add hot boiling water? Just take any one of these goofballs off the street, especially if they happen to be the girlfriend of the consultant, and put them on the air and put hot boiling water, and all of a sudden, poof, they're a talk host, or hostess, as the case may be. And she's going on and on, and so I think this is just ridiculous. I mean, if they are a loving family, and if they want to adopt this kid, okay, 622 WIOD 767, and on and on and on with this drivel. And I'm thinking to myself, in my wildest nightmares, I could never have believed, and I'm also, that little part of my mind is thinking how close I came to sticking around this joint. I mean, this is like something out of an insane asylum. I mean, is this really their idea of something that's going to work in this market where we've had all the kind of talk that we've had for the last 20-some years, 30-some years? Going back to Alan Courtney, rest in pieces. And the dean, and all these other, everything that's gone down the pike, and they think that they can peddle this half-baked bunch of bull crap, that somebody is fooling somebody, that you take something out of the paper and just keep reading it over and over and over and over again, and insisting. So finally, just before I was going to get out of the car, finally, some anal retentive Julio calls in named Javier. I sure hope you're listening, Javier, but I'm sure you're not. Javier. I'll never forget this guy as long as I live. And he's going on, of course, he's obviously the expert on fags. And he's going on about, well, this is unnatural, and it's against God's law, and it's there's no love involved there. It's just lust. It's only lust. And she gave him kind of a half-baked, very weak answer, because, first of all, as soon as you hear that it's the voice of a Julio, and his name was Javier, you know that he's a victim of brainwashing from the time he was born about those evil fags, even though he's probably been rubbing up against trees and guys and whatever he can when his wife ain't looking. Oh, he has a wife, you know. But at any rate, and so then when it gets to the end, after we finally get rid of Javier, it's like, oh, am I the only one? Am I the radical one down here? Yeah, you're radical, Karen. There's nobody else down here to the left of Attila the Hun. This is the first time that anybody has dared to express such an opinion in the history of talk radio in this town. It's all new. It's all revolutionary. We're aghast. We just can't believe it. We're sitting here almost speechless. Now, are they doing like real, you can tell me this, are they doing extensive like heavy-duty screening on those shows? Is this also part of the formula of the calls?
Yes.
Because knowing this audience the way I do, and I know them like the palm of my foot, I cannot believe that there is nobody out there calling her or some of these people and saying, will you get off this already? Don't you understand? You've been banging it for 40 minutes and nobody cares? Don't you get it? Who are you kidding, man, with this phony instant talk formula of yours, man? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a crap. And I'm thinking to myself, are these people really that dumb that they don't understand that if you take one narrow, little, tiny thing, and you say, this is all, we're going to keep banging this, we don't want to hear nothing else, this is all we're going to talk about, that it's like sending an engraved invitation to everybody who might be in the audience saying, hey, goodbye, because we got nothing here you're going to want to hear about. It is unfreaking believable. What am I so exercised about here today? I don't know. almost in disbelief that anybody could be this dumb as this crowd. It's just amazing when you think of all the people that we've had, and the Phil Henrys and, some of the other people, and even Ooga Booga, the people that worked and sweated their brains and their balls off in this place. And now it's come to this Kissimmee, Florida formula where they add the hot boiling water. And by the way, guess who the latest rumors are that's going to be doing midday if they ever finally say goodbye to me?
Just tell me what your problem is.
I don't think I can handle that. So what do you think about this? What's the guy's name? Chuck Humphrey, that offed himself, the Heaven's Gate guys who are like, they had to leave their, what do they call it? Their vehicles. They had to destroy their vehicles so they could move into Uranus and do their thing, okay? Unbelievable. CNN's having a field day with it, by the way. They've had these videotape things that they left behind. They've had them on like morning, noon, and night over and over again. More of these good religionists, man, who are waiting to leave their vehicles and move there into outer space to their thing. Out of your vehicle and into Uranus. In fact, remember that? Out of the closet, into the streets? Ellen should be screaming at, out of your vehicle, into Uranus. That's the new deal with the Heaven's Gate, Heaven's Cult, whatever. Another one of these stupid religions, just like all the other ones. Hey, Javier, how you doing? If Javier calls, by the way, we'll put him on immediately, but he don't have the balls to do it. He's listening. We know you're listening, Javier. You're probably a closet queen, too.
Someone called to say that they're filming a Wendy's commercial in the Grove, and Dave from Wendy's is listening to us right now.
Dave Thomas from Wendy's is listening right now?
Yes.
Well, guess what, Dave Thomas? I love your food. You got great food. Of all the fast food joints, you got the best. But how about hiring some, people with an IQ bigger than their shoe size, okay? I realize we have a lot of this EEO, EOE, whatever the hell they call it these days, a lot of pressures to hire, like, certain minorities in your joints. But it would be very nice just one time to drive away from one of your establishments and find about a mile down the road when you open up the sack that the stuff is in there that you ordered. I mean, is even in the same family. Okay? Would be very nice, Dave. So we love your product, but we hate your help. How do you like that? Including the one out there by the Sawgrass by me.
And the one over here on Hollywood Boulevard.
And the one on Hollywood Boulevard where they really boned us big time that first time.
Sure did.
And then we're going to make up for it with free food, which they never did. Not that we would snore for free food, but we will.
Especially those chicken clubs.
Right.
Spicy chicken
Especially
clubs.
those Atkins. And we do also appreciate the fact that Wendy's is the one place where they'll give you the stuff like Atkins style without the bun. So we appreciate that, Dave. We love Wendy's, but all your help really blows, okay? If you actually had some help in there that knew what the hell they were doing, you'd probably triple your business, Dave. And by the way, lose some weight, will you? Hey, he's kind of like Brooke, you know. He's nice, but could afford to lose a few pounds. 1014 at WIOD, just like me, could afford to lose 50 pounds. Hey, listen, speaking of losing something, if you're losing your hair, guys, you know, a lot of young guys lose their hair, and it's like embarrassing, you know? You're like 25 years old and you got this gigantic bald spot. Maybe, you got Wayne's money, right? Sure, likely story. But you don't want to look like Wayne even if you had his money. You don't want the zits. You don't want that gigantic bald spot. It's out. When Telly Savalas died, they put to rest the bald look. So if you want to look great at a price that you can afford, head to Charles Alfieri. For just $800, he can make your hair look like it's growing right out of your scalp with the best, most natural-looking system anywhere in the universe. And Charles knows that the real secret of any natural-looking system is regular servicing. That's why service visits at the Charles Alfieri Studios are affordably priced at only $25, not $60 like the other joints soak you. And while you wait, Charles will add hair to your present system at only $25 an hour. He'll adjust the color for only $10. Charles can even revive the wave and curl to make it look natural again, even if you bought your piece someplace else. So if you want to look like a mensch, if you want to look and feel years younger, here's the real way to do it at an affordable price. The Charles Alfieri Studio, 4390 North Federal Highway between Oakland and Commercial. He's been doing it for over 25 years. Even for multimillionaires, they know this is the best system you can buy. Call him in Broward, 928-1755. 928-1755, or toll free from anywhere. It's 1-800-321-2413. 1-800-321-2413.
610 WIOD. We've replaced the tired old morning show with a tired new morning show.
My accountant said to me, do you have any receipts? I go, what do you think? I go, let's make some up now. But don't think that I'm collecting things when I'm driving places. Yes, I spent $12 for gas.
You don't save those?
I don't save anything.
I have a little bag that I just dropped the receipts in.
I get a little bag, too, but I'm taking stuff out of there.
Ron and Ron, 610 WIOD. The opinions expressed on WIOD are those of Neil Rogers.
How can people believe this crap? You know what?
There are other opinions,
Yeah, no.
but not for long. 610. WIOD.
There's beds all around. There's beds all around. On WIOD. Go to hell.
1018 at WIOD, where we're reinventing talk radio. We're reinventing boredom. We're reinventing stuff that is so hackneyed and so trite and so unbelievable that there are no words to describe it. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Добрый день, товарищ. Как ты поживаешь сегодня?
Great.
Yeah. Neil.
Yes.
Why are you even getting upset over,
I didn't say I was upset. I'm just worked up. Not upset. There's a difference. I'm not upset. I'm just amazed and astonished and shocked and almost speechless.
Well, Neil, from now on, I'm going to switch the dial over to 1400 and listen to Craig.
Great.
Because it's ponderous and terminal.
Have you ever heard anything like it in your life? I mean, it's so obvious. Even a child can hear what this attempt is to this formula. Take a little article, get it on the air, this is your topic, and just keep reading it over and over and over, and beating it and pounding it and clanging it and just championing it and screaming about it. And even if nobody in the world gives a crap, it's just, that's it, man. That's it.
Well, when they find that no one's listening, maybe
And believe me, trust me when I tell you, they will. They will. This place is going to owe points before long.
But it won't matter because you'll be long gone, and so will the listeners. Hopefully, Rick and Suds will end up someplace.
Yeah.
That well, actually, though, I don't. Rick and Suds can stay on this station. I'll just turn the dial at night.
Okay.
And,
have a great day.
Neil?
And thanks for calling.
Neil.
610
Neil.
WIOD. Yes.
Yes. May I call someone a douchebag?
We have an open line at Dade, 622. All three Broward lines are open, 767-9463. We had every line on there lit for a couple of seconds, and this is the deal this week, I guess. They must be real busy. They must be really, really busy. Knots Landing tonight, 9 to 11. Also Friday, 9 to 11, part 2. Only it's a two-part return for the time being. Big piece in the paper by Deborah Wilker, no less, in the Scum Sentinel this morning about the return of Knots Landing briefly for 4 hours this week. 2 hours tonight, 9 to 11. 2 hours on Friday, 9 to 11. Knots Landing returns. Boy, what a great show, huh? Could be one of the greatest shows in the history of television, and if you didn't like it, you got no taste. And what about that Annie on Guiding Light? What are we going to do about Annie and Reva? Reva's going to jail. And Ross, of course, is going to be prosecuting the case because he's the new district attorney just in time to prosecute Reva for murder and attempted murder and everything else, as if we can't see through all of that crap. Unfreaking believable, and Annie's on her way to the morgue to get that fetus to make sure that nobody can find it. In fact, I think she's going to stuff it back in. That would be a good place to hide it. I was asking you that the other day. How long can a woman walk around with a dead fetus, an aborted fetus inside her body without getting serious infection and going into toxic shock and croaking?
There have been historic cases of that where the fetus actually became petrified. And
I'm petrified just thinking about it.
Stayed there forever. Yeah, pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
Like it gets all mummified.
But, of course, that's why we call it a soap opera, okay? It's only make-believe. Thank you, Conway. Here's a mobile. Was it Conway Twitty said that, or was it Roger Crotch? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello. Mobile in Miami.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil.
Buenos dias.
I got a Wendy's story.
Yeah?
Listen, I went through the drive-thru.
Don't get Dave Thomas all pissed off.
Biscayne Boulevard and 79th Street. Food's always excellent.
Yeah.
The lady says, what do you want? I always take the baked potato instead of the fries. She says, okay, what kind of potato? I said, a baked potato. What kind of potato? I said, what
You already told us this story 8 million times, okay? We have an open line in Dade, 622. Can you believe this guy? We already heard the same story that this guy's making up. 622 WIOD in Dade. We have two open lines in Broward, 767-9463. He's like the guy that called a Rick and Suds with the same. Remember that guy yesterday? Same story over and over again, and he wants to use the show as a vehicle because he knows Dave Thomas is listening, okay? I'm sure Dave ain't impressed, okay? By the way, what kind of potato was it? Here's Kendall. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to watch the Heat game tonight?
No, I'm not.
No?
No, I'm not.
I got a spy report.
Yeah.
Pat Cooper is on the Howard Stern show right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
And who cares? And how come you're listening to this show? Yeah, exactly. Okay, two open lines in Dade, 622-9463. Two in Broward, 767-9463. 767-WIOD. Pat Cooper, he's pretty exciting. When's Alan King coming on? Here's Miami on a mobile. Hello.
Neil, good morning.
Yes, sir. Buenos dias.
Yes, back to you. You are a fresh of
breath air, yeah.
Something like that. I'm so flustered from last night. I was in the same boat you were with this Karen.
K lady.
Can you believe this? And they're serious. They really believe that this format is going to fly in this market or any market. They really believe this. They believe this is the way you do a talk show.
Well, they wouldn't let me on the air. I called to beg her, and I really pleaded with the guy. I said, look, you really got to tell her to do something. I mean, it was, and I sat there trying to get out of my car, and I couldn't. I said, this can't go on any longer. It was about 15, 20 minutes I sat outside the front door before I walked in the house. I was sick. Can I get some throw, please?
Can you get some puke?
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not the reason I called. I'm not a Rangers fan.
Yeah.
But did you have a chance to see any of the game?
I saw the whole game, yeah. I saw the goal that got disallowed, and what the hell was Bill Guerin doing skating through the crease while Gilmore was shooting the tying goal into the net? What were you doing there, Billy boy?
They're shooting something, and it's like their foot. I mean
that rule is a disaster, but you got to understand, at least for this season, they're calling that rule.
Yes,
in fact, Anaheim last night, they had a goal, their first one disallowed, and then they got a 2-0 lead in the first, and then it was 2-1. They wound up losing 5-3. But if that first goal would have counted and they would have had a 3-0 lead, it would have been a totally different game. They probably would have won, which they did not. But, I mean, that's just the way they're calling it, and these guys are being careless. And Bill Guerin is skating right through the crease for no reason at all, while Gilmore is sticking the tying. So the Rangers got lucky. But you got to, Richter's playing great.
But they're consistent. At least they're consistent with the call.
Yeah, but it sucks. It's the worst rule in the history of sports. Got to stop.
Especially if you're on the opposite side of the goal. I mean, if you're in front of the goalie, that's a different story, and they shoot from the point or something.
Exactly.
But if you're on the backside,
unless there's interference with a goaltender, the goal should be allowed. And this is a farce, and you got a bunch of hard-headed jackasses who insist that this is a great rule to protect the goalie, and it's bullcrap, and it's destroying the games.
Maybe when we move down the dial, we can make some contact and see if we could petition.
Almost every playoff game, there's at least one of these goals disallowed because of this stupid in the crease deal.
Yes, sir. Anyways, are you a little more excited about this the series now, or are you still...
About what series?
Well, about the New York, New Jersey.
No, I'm not. No, I am not at all excited. I mean, the Devils, to me, are a boring team. Philly and Buffalo, that's exciting. Hockey. And even Edmonton, Colorado, as much as one-sided as it is, those are exciting teams to watch. But, I mean, watching New Jersey, man, they're just coma-inducing.
Well, I'm not a New York fan. I wish New York the best. I'd like to see them beat New Jersey because I know Miami's going to beat the Knicks. And New York needs something to cheer about.
And, by the way, I see the Panthers re-signed Kirk Muller for 3 more years.
Boy, that's
wow. I'm sure excited about that. Can't you tell?
Neil, I love you. Can I get a request?
Yeah.
One of your favorites. Anything you want to play.
Okay, have a great day.
Take it easy.
Okay, enough of the sucking. Have a great day. 2 open lines in Dade, 622 WIOD, 2 in Broward, 767, 1 on the mobile, 1 purple line, pound IOD. We want to talk today to people who've tried to call some of these other shows, the formula shows, and aren't being put on the air like this last guy, who've been told we can't put you on the air because you don't want to play the game. In fact, that goes back to the heavy screening that we were told about months ago, even when Nickel was still here, when Walter Sabo first put this plague upon this radio station, when he first, stuck his nose into our business and then lied about it and said, oh, I never said any of that. Right. Steve Nickel was the liar because he's not here to defend himself anymore. He was the one that was making it all up, just like the thing about the wonderful Isle of Dreams. He didn't just make that up? Mobile 1 purple line is open, pound IOD. It's 1026. At WIOD.
610 WIOD. The countdown continues.
Countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2.
610 WIOD.
I had one in my mouth once.
From the makers of the amazing Wonder Bra, it's the amazing new Wonder Jock. The jock that makes you really stand out in a crowd.
Hi.
Hi.
Great party.
Yeah.
So, listen, I saw you from across the room, and I couldn't help noticing your huge penis.
Actually, it's not that huge.
Really?
It just looks huge, thanks to my amazing new Wonder Jock.
The amazing new Wonder Jock's patented construction lifts your penis and separates your testicles for a look that says, my penis is being lifted and my testicles are being separated. Just as the Wonder Bra gives girls cleavage, the Wonder Jock gives men peevage.
What are you doing?
Looking down your pants. You've got great peevage.
Thanks. Want to have sex now?
Okay.
The amazing new Wonder Jock. Yes, the grappling hooks hurt like hell, but it's worth it.
1031 at WIOD. Here's a fax from Pasquale, who's ordinarily very chronic and continues to be. However, it fits right in. And, of course, obviously must be a masochist because he can't turn that bitch off. It says, you made it big last night on the 6 to 9 Karen K show. One of your loyal fans called and asked her if she was the nameless one Neil talks about, and she got so pissed off and made him, and I mean insisted he repeat what he just said. After he repeated it, she told him, I wish you would die, get in a car accident, have AIDS blood get into your veins, and die, you bastard. Neil, does this mean she likes you? She has a big problem. Signed, Pasquale. Okay, we're off to another raging start today, just like we were yesterday. It's going to be the same thing all over again. You don't
I
think
forgot to ask you during the break.
What?
I forgot to ask you during the break. Do you want Norm to drop those tickets by here for you? Or
No, I'm not going to no ball game. I got to watch Edmonton and Colorado tonight.
Okay, there you go, Norm.
No, forget it, Norm. I'm not going to some stupid baseball game. The guy who called yesterday was right. Just because the tickets are free, I mean, it's boring. I'm not interested, okay? We have an open line on the purple line, pound IOD, the mobile one line, which we pay for. 2 in Dade, 2 in Broward. Come on, what do you think, okay? Should these lesbian mothers be allowed to adopt that kid? He's in a foster home. He's retarded. Nobody else wants him. These two dykes want to adopt him. Count 622 WIOD in Dade. Let's go. Let's get with it. Here's Plantation. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Neil.
Yes.
Somebody give you facts just now?
Yes.
Yeah, she was talking about that last night.
About what?
About somebody drop up AIDS in your blood.
Yeah.
And that was around 10 to 9, 6 to 9, between 10 to 9 to 6 to 9. If you have a tape, you can listen to that.
Okay.
She said, I wish your car crash and you die.
Uh-huh.
And
get AIDS blood in your veins and die, you bastard, you.
Yeah.
Huh.
She said so.
Very uptight, it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
For somebody who don't belong on the air, extraordinarily uptight broad.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with her. You know, she was talking about street guys who sell the papers.
Yeah.
And she said, they bothers me, all show 1 hour, you know.
Yeah.
And somebody called, the same guy called to her and tell her, you know, they are making living, you know. They're not begging, they're making living.
Yeah.
That's why the Neil call you nameless or mentionless or something. And then she got on, you know, then she got more mad, and then she started.
Okay, thanks for the spy report.
All right, thanks.
Have a great day.
Goodbye.
Okay, down to 2 calls now. 2 open lines in Dade, 622, all of Broward, 767 WIOD. It's going to be the whole week like this, huh? Okay, except for Monday. We had a magnificent Monday, and now it's like they're on vacation. Open line and a mobile one, purple line at pound IOD. Here's Homestead. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that you were talking about Karen K when I first started listening to the show, but I kind of cut the.
Sir, I'm not just talking about Karen K. I am talking about a devastating destruction that is going on in this place, a so-called instant talk formula that's going on here, just add hot water, that is so astonishing and so amazing, and the phones on this show right now should be blazing off the hook from people who are who are just astonished at what's going on to this place.
I listened to her.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you know something? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is where it's at.
No, this is where
Maybe I'd have a full board of calls if I sat here and took some half-baked article out of the newspaper this morning and just read it on the air and kept reading it over and over and over again and said, what do you think? What do you think? And kept pumping the numbers out.
I listened to her show yesterday. I mean, I listened to it probably from 6 until 6:02. No, I listened to it for a little while, and she's talking about this receptionist who had breast implants or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to callers. I mean, when you're in that position, I've never heard a caller rip you apart, rip Rick and Suds apart. I've never heard them rip a person apart like they ripped Karen K apart. They ripped her a new ass.
Yeah.
And I was just astonished, and she just kept, like, opening herself up for it. I was like, oh, my God.
Excellent. Okay, we have 2 open lines. Thanks, Walter. 2 open lines in Broward, 767-9463, 767-1 in Dade, 622. Mobile 1 purple lines open, pound IOD, 2 on the out-of-town lines. I guess we're not going to be doing calls on the station anymore, because when I listen, like at night, I never hear any, like maybe 1 an hour. So I guess it's kind of like spreading. It's like a disease. It's spreading to the entire radio station. We'll just sit here and vent for 4 hours every day. That's okay with me. That's fine if that's what you want. A little Italian music, a little bit of venting. Here's the mobile in Hollywood. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, are you aware of any market where in the evening people are able to get good numbers on talk radio? Because I think they just give up at night.
Oh, do they really? I know that I used to have 10 and 11 shares at night here back in the old days in W Snooze. I know that Larry King used to have good numbers at night here. I know Alan Courtney used to have, like, double-digit numbers at night.
Okay, well, because I'm a talk radio fan.
I know that KMOX always has had big numbers at night with whoever they had on the air.
Well, it seems like in this market they've given up.
No, they haven't given up. This is what they really believe is it. They really believe in this.
Well, they're never.
They, honest to God, believe in this formula. It's not like they've really thrown in the towel. They believe that this Orlando formula, this Real Radio formula, is what talk radio is all about, which proves beyond a shadow of a doubt when they bought this station, they didn't have any idea what WIOD was about or why it was successful or why people listened to it. I don't care how much research or how many focus groups or studies Walter Sabo does. This is not why people listen to talk radio in this market.
Well, what he needs to learn is that people that like to listen to talk radio want a talent on the air, not a formula.
Right, not something out of a can, not something out of a package. You can't just put something into a cup and add boiling water and say, hey, here's a talk show, man.
Good luck at QAM.
Thanks, sir. Have a great day. All the Broward lines are wide open just like yesterday. Broward, we can't move them for love or money. For love or money. We were looking for Jews in Broward yesterday, couldn't find any. How about some Goyim in Broward today, huh? Oh, they're all undecided? 7679. It's time to leave your vehicles, man. It's time to leave your vehicles and head for Uranus before it's too late. 767 WIOD in Broward. All three Broward lines very quiet. Going to be just like yesterday, George. You mark my words. I don't care. It's okay with me today. I'm feeling like full of vinegar. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
Let's kill two birds with one stone. Page 3A of the Sun Sentinel.
Yes?
Woman's death puts focus on the dangers of fen-phen.
Yeah.
Let's kill
We talked about that yesterday.
Oh, it's in today's paper, 3A.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to read that. The death of a Massachusetts woman who took diet drugs to fit into her wedding dress has increased scrutiny of an unapproved but widely used drug cocktail known as fen-phen. What do you think? Okay, 622 WIOD and Broward 767. Thank you so much, sir. We needed that.
You got it.
Thank you. There you go. There's your topic today for all 4 hours. Fen-phen. Like it, don't like it. Before Mary Lennon of Quincy, Mass. died in February from a heart and lung disorder, drug maker Wyeth Ayerst Laboratories, Inc. warned doctors that taking its appetite suppressant fenfluramine with a competing phentermine is not recommended. The combination, banned in Sweden, by the way, is popular at weight loss centers like Nutrisystem, whose doctors wrote several thousand fen-phen prescriptions last year, company spokesman Joseph DiBartolomeo said. DiBartolomeo. Whatever the hell his name is, some wop. So there you go. You like it? You hate it? Is it safe? You like Linda Energy? Okay, 767-9463 in Broward. Would you take diet pills from somebody who talks like they're on rabbit pills? Here's Miami Springs. Hello.
Last night. It wasn't her. The other fellow, Ski, that came afterwards.
Ski Foremski, yeah?
Well, I only got the Ski. The rest of it was kind of complicated. I was driving all the way down from Doral to Metro Zoo. It's about 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
There was not one phone call.
We don't take phone calls on this station anymore. We've driven the phone calls all away. There are no more phone calls.
Well?
All we have are people rambling on incessantly about things that nobody cares about.
Oh, well, his topic was astounding.
Yes?
He was pining away about fantasies about women that he wanted to bed and that I guess he were all ex-girlfriends. I guess they dumped him. I don't know. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
It was going all over, and he was asking for phone calls, but they didn't come in.
Yeah.
And
that seems to be the new format, I guess. And, of course, I can relate to it because I do that every day, but I have a different way of solving it. I browbeat the audience into calling and eventually wind up getting usually some response. But the idea that you're going to take one little narrow thing and just keep hammering away at it and banging and twisting and shoving it down the audience's throat and force people to listen and talk about something that they couldn't obviously give a crap less about, it's not going to happen. It ain't going to happen, guys.
Well, I'm going
so keep
down
it up.
the dial.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you so much. So like I said, keep it up. Open line and date, 622 WIOD. We have a pair still open in Broward, 767. We're looking for Goyim in Broward today, 767 WIOD. And by the way, Pat Peterson will be back, evidently, on Knots Landing, probably briefly. He got married. Now he's got a wife, on his show. Like we're supposed to be buying that. Right, we buy it. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
I want to solve one of the problems. Real simple. All we got to do is move Phil back from 8 to 12.
Yeah, right.
Is that possible?
No.
No? How's he doing at KFI?
Great.
How about we move KFI to Miami?
Okay.
Would that help?
No, they don't want to come to Miami. Don't you understand it?
Of course
don't
I
you
understand
get it?
I'm from there.
Yeah.
That's why.
Why would anybody out there want to come here?
I don't know. Maybe
why would anybody, after escaping this sewer, want to come here?
Maybe to hang with you.
Yeah, right.
That would be a good idea.
Okay. Hang 10. 2 open lines in Dade, 622-9463, 622-WIOD. 2 in Broward. What do you think of this Fen broad in Quincy, Mass? Died in her wedding dress. They're burying this bitch in her wedding dress because they put her on Fen to lose the weight so she could fit into her wedding dress. And God, thank the Lord, she finally fit in. Of course, I guess the body, well, that's kind of grotesque. Isn't it a little grotesque to think of how the body kind of like shrivels a little bit? After you lose all the fluids, after they drain the fluids out. She fits very nicely into that wedding dress. So what are they complaining about, goddammit? She went on the diet so she could fit in her wedding dress, and she does fit in her wedding dress. So she's in a box. What's the big deal with that? They never promised her anything about that. They said, we'll get you to fit in that white wedding dress. And she's beautiful now. She even looks better than Linda's Energy, which ain't saying much. Here's a lady in Miami. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that. I'm so glad that you're on at least, and I could follow you over to the other station.
We have no callers anymore on this station. They have decimated, they have destroyed it, they have butchered it.
But that girl at night is the pit.
The worst I have ever heard in my life, bar none. She is so bad. She couldn't be on a radio station in Batavia, New York.
She is so bad. Is she? And those topics are the worst.
Oh, my God. And she has this kind of like snotty attitude, and she's reading this thing out of, and I just can't believe anybody really believes that. I just can't believe it. I mean, eek. I mean, I can't believe anybody really thinks that. Okay, 622-WI, and she's giving the numbers out like somebody is going to respond, and she's going to work them up into some kind of contrived controversy, which we've already had more than enough contrived controversy in this market to last a lifetime.
Well,
it's unbelievable.
But
it is unconscionable.
Let me ask you this. What is that other fellow on? He's not too great either. He's the worst.
Who's that?
Ski.
Ski Foremski?
Yeah, what time is he on? I thought
he's on whenever they feel like putting him on.
Oh, I thought
he did buy a house, by the way, down here.
Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's the worst. And by the way, not to change the subject, the guiding light is the pits now, isn't it? I mean, what's going to happen there?
Well, what do you mean it's the pits?
Well, that story
How could you say that?
Huh?
How could you say it's the pits?
Well,
I mean, it's getting so... Oh, let me ask you this. They got this other guy playing Roger for temporarily?
I don't like him either, do you?
No, but I'm just saying, doesn't he look more like Roger's father? Remember Adam Thorpe? Remember him? No, seriously, this guy looks like Roger's father. They brought the real Adam Thorpe on a couple of times over the years. They brought him back, but this guy looks more like Daddy. And Roger, I've been watching for the last couple of months. It seems to me that he either had a stroke.
I said the same thing.
Because he talks very slowly now, Holly, and every word is like, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't speak like normal.
That's exactly what I thought, that he had something wrong with him.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
We'll find out.
This guy isn't too great either.
Right, exactly. Well, he's only temporary.
I love Reva, though. I love Reva and Josh, but I don't know.
You got big Saurus coming now, sweetie.
You think
she's going to get accused of murder because they think that she knocked Annie down the stairway and the baby died, which, of course, we know it was dead for like 5 months before anyway from, oh, my God, is it going to be traumatic?
You read that in the soap opera?
No, you can just see it coming.
Oh, I hope
you can smell it.
That's ridiculous.
Get out to Milltown. Have a great day.
I love you.
Bye-bye. Okay, all the day lines open another week Wednesday here on WIOD, where we actually used to get some phone calls every now and then, where we had some people who would speak to us, some verbal intercourse. Today, it's zippity-doo-dah again. It's just a desperate, deadly week. Dade County, wide open, 622 WIOD, all 3 lines. 2 in Broward. How about if we had some crap to give away? How about if we just pretend we have a bunch of stuff to give away? What do you think about that? Broward, 7679463. The purple lines, the green lines, the yellow lines, the chartreuse lines. If you want to call, fine. If not, too bad. We don't really care. 1045 at WIOD. What about that broad with the fen? Come on now. 767 WIOD. What about Linda Energy peddling that crap? And a physician. Hey, speaking of great diets instead of that crap, here you can have your cake and eat it too. That's right. The Dr. Atkins low-carbohydrate cheesecake. And I don't know too many people who are dying from the Atkins diet, by the way. I don't know any. Dr. Atkins, the creator of the wildly successful Atkins diet, has created the only authorized Dr. Atkins cheesecake. With only 3 grams of carbohydrates per serving, it's the perfect treat for low-carb dieters. Plus, the Atkins cheesecake is rich, creamy, and delicious. Dr. Atkins developed the cheesecake to meet his rigorous demands so you can enjoy it and know that you're within your diet guidelines. But you wanted to make sure that you're getting the real thing, the emis, so look for the Dr. Atkins signature right on the label. Have your cake and eat it too. And with the Dr. Atkins low-carb cheesecake, you can do exactly that. And be sure and try the other Dr. Atkins products like Lipolysia, whatever the hell it is. His delicious protein drink, which has got all the vitamins and minerals you need while you're on the diet, and the Atkins Bake Mix for pancakes. You can call to find the store nearest you that carries all this good stuff, or to find out about home delivery of the Atkins good stuff, call 1-888-Dr. Atkins. 1-888-DRATKINS. And be sure and look for the Dr. Atkins signature on the box. 1-888-DRATKINS.
610 WIOD. More listeners than a cell phone scanner. 610 WIOD.
He was the most famous lawman the West has ever known.
Look, it's Wyatt.
Hey, how you doing? Everything okay?
Fine, Wyatt. How are you?
Okay. Some called him a hero, others a rebel. In the end, he was a legend, dispensing his unique brand of frontier justice.
Nobody move. This is a holdup.
Not so fast, mister.
Wyatt, thank God you're here.
All right, you. Up against the wall.
I've heard about you, Marshal. They say you can kill a man with your breath.
They do?
Oh, my God. What did you have for lunch?
Oh, some onions, some garlic, and a Limburger shake.
Oh, he got me.
Kevin Costner stars in the story of the West's most legendary lawman and the gunfight with his brothers at the OK Corral.
All right, Wyatt, it's me and the Clanton gang against you and your brothers. Draw!
Ready, boys?
Ready.
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 Okay. Let him have it. Lawrence Kasdan presents Wyatt Burp. Like you didn't see that one coming. Wyatt Burp, coming soon to a theater near you.
That's not Wyatt, it's John M., who's standing by with the news in a couple of minutes, by the way. He's up against the wall in there. 10:51 at WIOD. Here's a lady in Palm Beach. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
I call you maybe once a year, and while I'm on hold, the other lady steals all my material. I was calling about Guiding Light, but I didn't want to hang up.
That's okay.
So what are we going to do about this Annie business?
Isn't she just enough to make you want to bitch slap her?
I want to reach to the television and strangle her.
I mean, talk about overacting and those big bulging eyes. And you remember, even before she was allegedly pregnant, she was holding her tummy all the time.
I know.
She must have bad gas, that broad, you know what?
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's diabolical.
And
that's a really good storyline. That's the only thing going on right now that I'm really compelled with, you know?
Since they took Zach away and since Jay's been in hiding, there's not too much...
We haven't seen Jay in 2 months.
I know.
And have you noticed we don't see Hart very much either?
Right.
They're wasting all the best characters.
I guess they're waiting until like another month till it starts getting real hot and they can put everybody out on the beach naked again.
Maybe they're getting oiled up.
And let me ask you, how long is it going to take between Vanessa and Matt? You know, how many of these corny conversations on the internet is it going to take before finally somebody says, this is all starting to sound pretty familiar to me?
It's going to go on a while longer.
Oh.
She's not coming back from the dead until the end of June. So
Are you
serial?
They're going to
play this cat and mouse game for a lot longer.
Oh,
and
God.
It's silly. Neil, if I were taping it, I watch it live, but if I were taping it, I would fast forward.
You know what I do?
What?
I go home and I put it on the satellite and I tape it and then I watch it at 4.
Right.
Instead of watching it live at 3, you know, I feed my dogs, I get stuff done, you know, I do whatever, pick my nose. And then at 4, I watch it on tape, and that way I can watch it in about 35 minutes.
That's what I'm going to start doing.
Because, I mean, like you...
75% of it is silly.
Yeah, it's crap.
If it weren't for the Annie and Reva storyline, they could forget it.
You're right.
And this new Roger, he's pitiful.
Well, he's not the new Roger. He's just filling in while they
He did have a stroke. He had a mild stroke. He's going to be out for three months.
3 months?
Yeah. He's on a 3-month leave of absence.
But look how perceptive I am because he was speaking so slowly
Very
and
stilted,
so deliberately, and I knew something went on.
At the beginning, it was almost imperceptible because he kind of talks formal anyway.
Yeah.
But every day it got worse.
Right.
Oh, poor thing. I like him.
Poor Roger, yeah. Well, of course, we can't figure him. One day he's a good guy, the next day he's the old crappy Roger he used to be, and we can't quite figure him out. He's like an enigma.
But we need him back.
We need him back.
I guess they're bring him back briefly.
We need either him back right away or we need Jay naked today.
I think Jay. I vote for Jay.
Me too.
They're bringing back Michelle's biological mother. I don't know if you remember her.
Her biological mother?
Yeah, see, she wasn't Maureen's child.
I didn't even know she had a biological mother.
Ed had an affair with Dr. Claire Ramsey, and that's their daughter, and then Maureen raised her.
Yeah.
So she's coming back.
Michelle, you think Michelle be getting a little more action? You know what I'm saying? Anybody that looks like her?
Well, if they bring Jay out of the closet, wherever he's been.
Yeah, he's looking for Zach, I think.
Oh, my God.
Okay, sweetheart, thanks for the good news.
I love you, Neil.
Talk to you next year.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, we have an open line at Broward. This is what we need. Get some of these people out of the woodwork. Some of these people have gone into hiding. It's fashionable to come out. That's what Ellen said. 767-9463 in Broward. Here's Boca on a mobile. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that we got to support this thing about lesbians adopting.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, the next thing we got to get rid of after that is postal workers and radio salespeople adopting.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say about this Matt Reilly show, it's a great show. It just got to drop the old man.
About what?
The Matt Reilly show.
Matt Reilly, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thanks, Walter. Walter Sabo doing a little on-the-air consulting there. We have an open line at Broward, 767. We have one on the mobile one, purple line at Pound IOD, which we pay for, but the last 2 days, man, don't seem to make a hell of a lot of big difference. And the out-of-town lines, the toll-free lines, the green lines, the Palm Beach lines, the AudioNet lines, forget about them. 1-888-474-9463. Here's Miami. Hello.
No.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Hey, Nels.
Yes.
I haven't talked to you in a while.
Cut the
This is
Nels
Mark.
crap, okay? Cut the bull crap.
What's that?
I said, what can I do for you?
Just calling to say hello.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd nip it off at the bud, and before you start playing music, mainly Luis, I thought I'd give you a call and
do what?
Just, well...
And say Nels a couple of times? Thank you so much for calling 610 WIOD, Nels. We have an open line at Dade, 622-9463. We have one in Broward, 767. These people have got nothing to talk about. We got 482 topics on our plate here today, just like yesterday, and none of them suits their fancy. So just because he don't want to hear no music, he figured he'd call and take up a line. How do you like that? We probably had somebody really meaningful out there, somebody who had something probably like a cure for cancer, something that would save the world from itself, somebody who's ready to off themselves and leave their vehicle and go to Uranus, who was trying to get through there, and he ties up the line just for that. Thank you so much, sir, for preventing us from talking about that boring crap. What do you think about that Chuck Humphreys videotape on CNN, okay? Smart guy, huh? He left his vehicle. And I know it's hard for you people to understand, but we got to get out of these vehicles because there's more to us, our spirit, our nature. Here's my keys and the $10, and thank you so much. Car wash time. It's the important stuff. Forget about this stupid talk show. It's car wash time. Now we're talking. 1056 at WIOD.
610 WIOD. Neil Rogers. While you're goofing off at work.
By the way, don't come by and say hi anymore. Get out of my face.
610
Yeah, blow it out your
WIOD.
ass. Oh, is that it?
Neil, God.
Is that it?
I could watch TV for hours, get drunk and puke on flowers, and scratch myself till dawn. I could know every sports score, although I would not know much more if I only had a schlong. I could scream at football coaches and eat a couple roaches for lunch or maybe dinner. With a condom in my pocket, I could show off my love rocket if I only had a wiener. Oh, I could tell you why the engine moves the car. I'd be known by name at every single bar, and I could pee into a jar. I'd rebuild every appliance, I'd study rocket science, and fly to Mars or Venus.
Rhymes with what?
And I'd take some freaking floozy and get boinked in my jacuzzi if I only had a penis.
What do you guys think about this penis thing?
Okay, 11:05 at WIOD. So there's somebody slipped a note under the door here. I went out during the news for like a minute, and I come back, and here's a thing, a sheet. And I've tried it on, and it fit like a natural. No, anyway, here's a sheet, and it says there's a very strong rumor that Steve Kane, Mr. Ego, is playing both sides against the middle and is consorting with hairy penis Valentine and desperately trying to get into IOD. But at the same time, on the IOD tab at a certain unmentionable restaurant, is consorting with the people from WNN, the motivation station, and trying to talk them into putting the FTL format on over there, and ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
He was here yesterday to meet.
He was here yesterday holding their meat, huh? With hairy penis? Wow. What a match made in heaven that is. Boy, I don't think we could handle that. I don't think we could handle that for like 2 seconds, man. We have two open lines in Dade, 622 WIOD. Our topic today is Karen K, the Antichristess. We have an open line in Broward, 767-9463. Are they serious? That's the question. That's what we're all wondering. Are they really serious, or is this just a big joke, and they're going to come out one day and say, April Fool, like for several months, we just expanded April Fool, even though it's like the 7th of May. It's got to be a joke. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, how you doing? First time call, long-time listener.
All right.
My buddy came down from Jersey. I wonder if I can get a shameless request.
No. Okay, we have 2 open lines. We're not doing no shameless requests today. I don't care about your buddy came down. Send him back to Jersey. We can smell him over here, okay? God. His buddy came down from Jersey, so let's interrupt the show and play some stupid things so his buddy can hear it. Tell your buddy it's beautiful out here, man. It's like 80 degrees in the shade. He can go out and play some golf, go out there and whack some balls around, go out there and play some tennis, go out to the beach and sit around, get a nice melanoma. Come on, let's get with it. 2 open lines in Broward. This is my last, I'm telling you, yesterday I went nuts here, 4 hours. Left here feeling pretty good about it, though. And today I can see it's the same thing again. We got a wide open deal now. Now, I want to find out. Maybe I'm doing this the wrong way. Like I said yesterday, you're never too late to learn, never too old, never too, you are? I mean, I think they may have that formula down to a science. Of course, they never get any calls either, like after an hour of banging along the same thing. So where's that Javier, by the way? I know you're listening, Javier, you gutless spick. I know you're listening out there. Don't fool me. Don't try to pull the wool over my thing, okay, Javier? You homophobic, brainwashed spick, you. What up? Oh, yeah, well, it's all about lust. It has nothing to do with love, this gay thing. It's all about lust. Like straight people don't have lust, right, Javier? Right. What a bunch of bullcrap. Like everything with straight people is love. They're all strictly love because we like you for your mind and we love you for your attitude and for your wonderful caring. Yeah, right. That's what it's all about. With fags, of course, like me, all it is about lust. Like that thing of Enrique standing right there with his arms folded. And by the way, thank you whoever put his penis back where it belongs.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, George. Yeah, Karen K., she's been potchking around. I think she ought to spend more time on show prep, figuring out a topic somebody might want to talk about instead of diddling with Enrique Iglesias' penis, okay? And pinning it on a donkey's rectum. Here's Miami Lakes. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
2 weeks and counting, and my trip to Italy comes into place.
Yeah, didn't you just call me the other day with the same song and a dance?
No, I never. This is, I haven't called you about.
Well, must have a lot of people going to Italy.
Yeah, leaving probably like on a 26. And staying there for 3 weeks. But,
excellent, 3 weeks. Oh, God, am I jealous. 3 weeks in Italia.
But I'm doing something that you told me not to do.
Aren't you the guy that said you're staying in the pensione?
Yeah, I'm going to stay there. I don't know if the same guy, but that's where I'm
You're staying in a pensione?
Well, I'm going to be staying at several.
Okay.
And but I am renting a car.
Yeah. Well, renting a car for where? For in between cities, I hope.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, you've never been there before?
No, first
if you
time.
If you have any delusions about driving in Rome, if you value your life, I'm telling you right now, don't even think about it.
Okay.
And that comes from me, somebody who considers myself a pretty damn good driver. Don't even think about it.
But I'm going to eat my guts out, Neil.
There you go.
Okay, and one other thing, the lesbians.
Yeah.
Let them adopt the retard.
All right.
Hey, let me ask you one other thing. Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
Can I call you from Italy?
Of course.
All right. Can I call collect?
Well, let's see. You're saying May 26th. I might not be here anyway.
All right, but I'll just call George and maybe
George might not be here. Call somebody. Call whoever answers the phone. Call to see if the place is still on the air.
Okay.
Have a great time, pal.
Love you, buddy.
Arrivederci.
Okay.
Ciao.
I got you down.
Okay, he thinks that the Dykes ought to be able to adopt the child. How do you like that, Karen? There's a vote for you. We'll get that topic. Where's that article? Come on, let's get that newspaper article. Where is it? Okay, so there's these 2 lesbians. We have 2 open lines in Broward, 767-9463. We have one on the Mobile One Purple line at Pound IOD. So I'm telling you right now, there are people on death row in Stark, Florida at Rayford Prison waiting to be executed for lesser offenses than what Walter Sabo and his group of anti-Christians are doing to this radio station. And that is not, that's the goddamn truth. Just ask me. Just ask.
Neil, God.
And I'll tell you the damn truth. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Neil.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Long-suffering Toronto fan here.
Yeah.
I understand you're going to be watching the Edmonton-Colorado game tonight, right?
Yes, sir, on the CBC with Bob Cole, Harry Neal, and Ron McLean and Don Cherry, yes?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. I'm going to call Detroit and get my son to tape that for me.
Right.
They get it off the...
Channel 9, CKLW in Windsor, right?
CKLW.
CKLW, right. Channel 9 in Windsor, Hockey Night in Canada. Now you're talking real telecast.
Yeah,
not this ding-dong school stuff.
I can't think of that disc jockey that used to be on CKLW. He's living down here.
Bud Davies, Dead Babies.
Davies, yeah.
Dead Babies, yeah.
See, I was talking to my daughter the other day. She says Bud Davies is older than you. What is he?
He's older than Methuselah, man. He's older than death.
Yeah. Remember Bill Kennedy?
Yes, I do. Bill Kennedy used to be on Channel 9.
Channel? No, he's dead.
Oh, God.
He had that Thunderbird, that 55...
Remember
Thunderbird.
Dave Dials?
Huh?
Remember Dave Dials?
Oh, sure.
Bill Bonds?
Toby David?
Bill Bonds?
Bill Bonds?
And who was it on Channel 2? Marilyn and John... What the hell was their name?
When Mickey Shore was there?
No, Marilyn something and John, her husband. They were on Channel 2 News. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
well, that's too long ago.
It's been 30 years since I've lived
Yeah, it's
up
been
there.
500 years since I've been up there.
I wish I was back up there.
No, I don't. I wish I was up there and it was still like it was in the early 60s.
Oh.
When it was great, when it was a great city. I mean, you don't want to be there now, man.
When they had Cliff Bell's and the London Chop House.
That's right, the London Chop House and Topinka's on the corner of
yeah.
6 Mile and the Telegraph.
Livernois, wasn't it?
No, Telegraph and 6 Mile.
Telegraph Road, yeah.
What is it? Marilyn Kennedy?
Oh, John Kelly.
Oh, that's right, John Kelly. That's right. That's the guy on Channel 2.
Oh, the names escape me.
Well, that's okay. When you
I
get
go
as
to
old as
Toronto 3 or 4 times a year for the games. I was at the Molson Centre in Montreal when they opened it up when the Rangers played there last year.
Yeah, you keep stepping on frogs, though, at the Molson Centre.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Everybody was speaking. I love Toronto, though.
That's right.
I stay down there about 2 blocks away.
Music, CKLW.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Could you play Bill Hewitt?
Could I play Bill Hewitt?
Or Foster Hewitt?
I want to tell you something about Bill Hewitt. You're probably the only other person who will appreciate this, okay? You know, Bill Hewitt has never been inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame broadcast. And you want to know why?
I know.
And you want to know why?
Why?
It's all politics because John Shannon at the CBC, which you'll notice when they show the highlights from the old games, like the overtime highlights. Have you ever seen any of that stuff?
Well,
they always show...
Marilyn Turner.
Oh, Marilyn Turner. John Kelly and Marilyn Turner. Thank you. Some Detroit people calling in.
Yeah.
But at any rate, they always show clips with Bob Cole, and I love Bob Cole. He's great. And with Don Whitman and guys like that, they never, ever show you any Bill Hewitt clips because John Shannon didn't like him. He said to me, right to my face, when the Leafs were down here a month ago, he said, Bill Hewitt was an asshole. He never did anything for the game. I said, I don't care what kind of a guy he was. He was a great broadcaster. I grew up listening to Bill Hewitt. The Leaf fans loved Bill Hewitt.
I'm the same age as Bill Hewitt.
Right.
67.
Well, he ain't no more.
No, I know.
Isn't that a shame?
Yeah.
And so the day he died, or a few days after he died, they gave him a tribute for like 10 seconds there on the CBC. It was the most embarrassing thing I ever saw. Bill Hewitt was the greatest hockey announcer in the history of the human race, and John Shannon should only croak.
The greatest. I love Foster, too. I like Foster.
Yeah, if you like old guys who sound like your grandma.
He was an old guy. They give him about a half a column in the Hockey News when he died.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Okay,
well,
pal.
Go Leafs.
Go Leafs, go.
Play some Foster Hewitt, that Henderson goal that he got.
No, I don't want to hear that again. That shrieking, screaming sounds like my grandma in heat.
Yeah, but it's hockey, man.
I'd rather hear Bill Hewitt any day.
That's the tent, trying to get into the clear, does. Going right in and goal, she scores!
Anyway, it's 11:14 at WIOD. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Bill Hewitt highlights for the rest of the show today, okay, to serve these bastards right, all right? I'm going to play hockey highlights every day from 10 to 2 until they finally say we can't take it anymore. We can't stand it. We can't stomach it. I'm playing CKLW jingles.
CKLW, the Motor City.
Oh, that's a new format? 11:15 at WIOD. In fact, all we got to do is change it. CKLW, the Magic City, and we got it. Just let's change the call letters, man. They won't care. They'll never know those Canucks. What do they know? We have an open line in Dade, 622 WIOD. We have one in Broward, 767 WIOD, as we try to retain our sanity in the midst of a sea of maelstrom and mung, the likes of which we have never, ever seen. Where's boy Gary and Steve Nickel when we need them the most? And I have one thing to say to Walter Sabo and his evil twin, Harry Penis.
Lauer Payne. 610. WIOD.
Lighten up, you Japanese people.
Continental and Aer Lingus are joining forces to give you the most pleasurable ride in the sky.
Airline food makes you pout. Our in-flight meals are like eating out. We're
leg and headroom is a plus. So come and try Condolingus. Oh, yeah. The skies don't get any friendlier. Condolingus. Where your seat is never in a full upright position. Condolingus. Whether you're coming or going, we'll get you there safe and on time. Not one of our planes has ever gone down. But don't let that stop you. Ask our head stewardess for a tour of the cockpit. Or relax and enjoy our in-flight movie, Eating Raoul.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying Condolingus. In case of emergency, a head will drop down from over the seat in front of you.
Call right now, don't be a napper. The in-flight meal's always fresh red snapper. We sure hope that you will ring us and book a flight on Condolingus.
11:19 at WIOD. Boy, it's going to really be comforting to know that after we go on vacation, you're going too this time, right, in the end of the month? After we go on vacation this time, we'll come back and they'll say, hey, guess what? Have a nice summertime. We'll see you one of these days because Steve Kane and Nick Lawrence are going to be working this show. All right. George is waving his arms in glee. We have an open line on him. Oh, boy, this is really the last 2 days, man. I wouldn't wish on Hermann Goering. I wouldn't wish it on Karen's gay. That's how bad these last 2 days have been. I mean, I realize we got 3 or 4 calls on here right now, but that's not what you expect like on a big league radio show on a minor league radio station. Even the Mobile One Purple Line is sitting there dead at pound IOD. This town is just, I think it died. I think once that Pesach came and went and everybody left town, I think this town we should be sitting shivvy right now. Maybe that's what they're doing. Even the Goyim are sitting shivvy for this town. You know what that is? When you say Yiskadal v'Yiskadash, Shmuck Rabo. Ever know Shmuck Rabo? Yeah, he was my Rebbe. Here's Boca. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Okay.
Watched that Rangers game last night?
Yes, I did.
Didn't you know that rule was going to end up screwing somebody somewhere along the
Yeah, it
line?
does in every game, every single game. That rule just, it's got to stop, man. Why didn't they change it before the playoffs?
I don't know.
Why doesn't Gary Bettman, and they had Gary Bettman on there, by the way, that twerp. They interviewed him for about 5 seconds, and he's got nothing to say. He's a schmuck.
Even the look on Frazier's face, I mean, he looked pained to even go over
Yeah,
there.
he never called it. The linesman, it was the right call based on the way they're calling the rule. But what was Bill Guerin thinking about? Why is he doing like skating right through the other side of the crease when Dougie Gilmore is sticking the tying goal in there?
Amazing.
Well, you talk about, but it happens to everybody. I'm not going to knock the Rangers for that because it happens with everybody.
Well, they didn't have any defense the last couple of minutes there anyway.
And then Steve Thomas had one taken back in Game 2 the other night again, the same thing.
Crazy.
Did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Steve Thomas had a goal called back because, again, somebody was in the crease the other night. I think he was the one in the crease. Yes, he was.
In closing?
Yes?
Your newsman, John M.?
Yes?
Let him know that those games with the Marlins, they were in Florida, not Pittsburgh, the last 2 days, he's been saying.
What has he been saying? Well, he's recovering, you know.
Well, how about Lisa Lou back, huh?
Yeah, please.
Have a good day, Neil.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, I wish you people would be calling up the management here and getting poor Lisa Lou Perry back on the damn news again instead of this, oh, God, this guy that's obsessed with caffeine-free Diet Coke. No, seriously, is that true? Is that people who are, like, recovering alcoholics drink a lot of Diet Coke? Is
That's
that
what I'm told.
Did he tell you that or somebody else tell you that?
Somebody else.
Oh, somebody else told you that? Because we have several people in the building who seem to be addicted to, like, Diet Coke. What does that mean? I don't want to cast aspersions, even though I'm sitting here drinking my Soleil water direct from the Italian Alps. By the way, how's our friend, what's his name doing? Sal Falcone.
Oh,
I don't want to say we could use like many, hundreds of, gallons of water. Because any day we come in here could be, you know what I'm saying? Could be the end. Oh, we're praying. Are we ever praying? We're squeezing it so hard, so tight. 2 open lines in Dade, 622-WIOD, 622-9463. And you people up in Palm Beach, you know, the price is right. Buddy Bud Paxton's paying big bucks to get you on those lines. Toll free. He pays for it. The lines. 1-888-474-9463. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I spoke to you once before about we had that alien autopsy.
Yes.
I was the guy that had the most intelligent, I think, conversation with you.
I'm sure it was.
Year.
Whatever you say.
Well, whatever. I wanted to ask for a request for jingles from CKLW all day.
Okay.
I love that station.
CKLW Motown Sound. All right.
You remember the show that used to be on in the afternoon up there, Robin Seymour?
That wasn't on CKLW. That was on WJBK.
No, Robin Seymour, Swing Time.
Oh, well, he also was on WJBK. He was on everywhere.
Oh,
then it was Jack
I thought he was out of Windsor.
Then he was on Jack the Bellboy was on WJBK too.
Yeah.
Robin Seymour was on. You're right. And Dave Schaefer. I love Dave Schaefer. He was a good disc jockey.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but I grew up with CKLW.
And Joe Van. Remember Joe Van?
Yeah.
And Dead Babies. I mean, Bud Davies.
Yeah, yeah.
And Tommy Shannon was there briefly.
Mm-hmm.
With Joey's underwear, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Those were the days, man. Detroit was a great city until '67, until they burned it down and ruined that city. It's never come back.
No. Well,
Detroit was so great.
You still see the burned out buildings.
Yeah, that's right. Like on 8 Mile Road and right around Livernois, 8 Mile Man, all that stuff. It's 30 years later. This year is 30 years after the riots in Detroit, and there are areas where they've just, it's still all gutted out and burned out, never came back.
Yeah. Now, I wonder if Roy O'Brien Ford dealership's still up there on 10 Mile and Mac.
Beats me.
I don't know. Okay, Neil, have a good day.
See ya. CKLW, Miami. Yeah, let's change the call letters, too. I think that the WIOD call letters have been polluted enough with this trash, with this swill that these people have brought in here. Let's change the call letters, okay? Just like they took the she call letters up to Orlando. Let's call this WTKS Junior. Unreal Radio. Because the WIOD letters, I mean, they got some nerve to bring back this Isle of Dreams and all these great old jingles. They got some nerve, okay? Because whoever put this station on the air, Roby Young's boyfriend 100 years ago, they're rolling over in their grave hearing what these people are doing to it.
There's death all around. There's death all around. On WIOD. I like to go to hell.
Okay, 11:25 at WIOD. Let's get some jingles. We're going to have all jingles all week. I think we'll do that. Let's do that, George. What do you say? We'll have all jingles and all, what else? All Bill Hewitt. And all Enrique. All stuff I like, okay? Screw everybody else. As long as I got to be here every day, let's play stuff I like, which sure as hell beats most of the stuff you like the Karen K show. I'm serious. I'm not getting too much comment on this because obviously she don't have any audience anyway, but I am telling you, man, that thing last night, that was the worst. Did you hear it? That was the worst crap. I'm going to say the S word right now. Swill. That was the worst garbage I have ever heard on the radio in my life. I'm 54 years old and a few months past. I'm an old fart. I've been listening to radio avidly since I was a little kid. I was a radio groupie. I was like obsessed with radio as a kid. I have listened to radio from every part of the universe, from here to Uranus, okay? I have never heard anything so pathetic, so lame, such garbage in my life as somebody coming on here and, again, taking some little clipping out of a newspaper and reading it over and over and over. I mean, how long does it take to get the message? Nobody cares, okay, bitch? Nobody cares about the two dykes that want to adopt the geek kid, okay? Nobody cares.
So do you like her?
She blows. She is a walking abortion, okay? And like I said, for her to come on the first day right out of the box, so to speak, and give a song and a dance about how she's her boyfriend's the consultant, like she's holding it over everybody's head, so to speak.
You better watch yourself.
Yeah, you better watch yourself, okay, mister? I'll tell you that right now.
I had one in my mouth once.
Yeah, at least. We have an open line in Dade, 622-WIOD. I mean, the audacity of him putting her on this radio station, on this formerly great radio station, the chutzpah, the balls that this man has got to put that bitch on this radio station doing that swill is just enough to make your blood curdle. Even Adam's in there nodding profusely. Squeezing himself while he's doing it, but nevertheless nodding profusely. Oh, by the way, she's very cute. Just ask her. That was another one of her lines last night when she was talking. Oh, Adam just lost lunch, and he hasn't even eaten it yet. Uh-oh. Oh, breakfast and yesterday's lunch, both, and dinner. Woo, look at that. She's cute. Yeah, so's the bottom of my shoe, okay, after I went out in the backyard this morning, and guess what? My golden retriever had a major, major problem. And even my little dog had doggy diarrhea a couple of days ago, and I accidentally stepped on both, and I'm looking at the bottom of my bare foot right now, and that's how good she looks. And that would be a compliment, okay? I mean, to come in here with this arrogant attitude, knowing nothing, knowing absolutely nothing, and thinking that these people are going to reinvent what we do is such a slap in the puss to us, to the audience, to this community. I demand an investigation, Senator. Whatever the hell that means. Well, I killed some good time.
610 WIOD.
Just tell me what your problem is.
Hi, I'm Michael Jackson, and I'm married now. That makes me as macho as Luca Brasi. And now, since my career's gone downhill, I'm selling Bubbles Bubble Bath. Bubbles and I love taking bubble baths in Bubbles Bubble Bath, 'cause now I'm on the blowing bubbles.
Jackson's Bubbles Bubble Bath. It'll blow you away.
11:33 at WIOD. We have 2 open lines in Dade, 622-9463. 2 on the green lines, Palm Beach, the rest of the world, the audio net, the worldwide internet lines there, man. We're talking to people in Taiwan. We're talking to people in Taipei. We're talking to people who are tying one on right now. 1-888-474-9463. 1-888-474-WIOD. So what do you think? Should those lesbian doctors... So should those bull-dyke nuns, should they be allowed to go to the Vatican and have tea with the Pope? Here's Hialeah. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Well, I care about those 2 lesbians adopting that kid. I don't think they should. I don't think they should be allowed to do it.
Well, I really couldn't care less.
Well, you were talking about it on the radio.
No, I was not talking about it. Karen Kay was talking about it. Why don't you call her and talk about it?
Oh, Karen Kay?
I don't give a crap about those lesbians, about those bull-dyke feminists. What do I care about them?
You think they're bull-dyke feminists?
That's what I just... What word didn't you understand?
Well, a lesbian doesn't necessarily mean she's a bull-dyke feminist. Now, you're being the racist.
No, I'm not. Or racist? What does race have to do with it? Are we talking about black dykes or what? You better go straighten your dykes out, man. You don't know your dykes. We have all the date lines open, 622. And let me say this, okay? For all these experts around here, a call like that is worth $50 million. Get some jackass on the phone. That's what people want to hear. That's what makes this radio station, not somebody calling up and playing the game. I don't want to mention like Mr. Ego with that heavy-duty screening. Oh, put some people on who disagree. The contrived controversy, man. That went out with knickers. That's why the light bulbs got 0.3 shares. Not because nobody can hear the signal. You can hear the signal because nobody wants to hear contrived bullcrap, okay? We have an open line in the purple line, pound IOD. All 3 in Dade, 622-9463. Let's hear about these lesbians who are killing themselves so they can get out of their vehicle and go to Uranus. Come on, let's hear about it right now, or else we're going to come to your house and kidnap your kid and give him to John Ramsey, whatever the hell his name is. That's right, we're going to give your kids to John Ramsey and his wife to experiment with in the basement. I'll tell you one thing, those Boulder, Colorado police, man, that's the kind of, all you kids out there, you should aspire to grow up intelligent like that. Like the police in Boulder, Colorado, who still haven't got a clue, literally. Yeah, they're still digging under the fingernails, you know? I mean, we got kids being killed all over the country, but since they weren't little beauty models, nobody cares about those stories, and Geraldo ain't making another multi... See, I'm going to tell you something. If these people don't keep getting killed, Geraldo's out of business. So all you people that want to kill little kids out there, you better not stop, because otherwise Geraldo's going to be off the air, and Jerry Springer will lose that job in Chicago. Dade County, that's what we're waiting for right now. I am not going to sit back. We got 400 lines still lit up right now. That's not enough. I want every single line on there flaming, blazing. I was just talking to Adam about that Karen K show last night, and he was on his hands and knees barfing all over the studio. He said he has never, everybody I speak to in the building is just astonished and aghast. They can't believe it. 622-9463. Let's get some of you fag spics out of your closets. Today is the coming out day. That's what Ellen said. Isn't that what she said? She wants all the Julios to come out of the closet on the Neil Rogers show. That's exactly what she said. Then we'll lighten up on those bull-dyke feminists again. See, the thing that I have a problem with lesbians about, and I've told you this before, is that for years they pretend to be real gutsy, but in the meantime, ballsy, I guess would be the word I'm looking for. But the bottom line is they're cowards. They've been masquerading as feminists, which is why so many people are turned off to the National Organization for Women, of Women, on Women, and why the whole feminist movement has largely been like 100 years behind the times, because it's been largely a bunch of bull dykes masquerading as feminists. Why can't they just say we're a bunch of angry bull dykes and we're not going to take it anymore? What's wrong with that?
The man-hating types.
Huh?
The man-hating
types.
The
man-hating bull dykes, right. Those real mullet like Bella Abzug that wants to hit you over her head with her purse.
Who sided with Lorena Bobbitt when she did that
That's right,
thing.
when she got her scissors. I guarantee you that Bella's got a big pair of scissors in her purse, in her bag, in her sack. Still got 2 open lines in Dade. I am not taking a call till we get a bunch of spics on the phone right now, including that Javier that called up last night, who says that gay people, that homosexuals, there's no love involved. It's just lust. It's just sex. Sounds good to me, but I mean, what do you think, Javier? Want to give it a shot? Here's a lady in Fort... Because guys named Javier, I don't think I've ever met a Javier that was ugly, you know what? In fact, mostly guys named Javier are not Cuban, they're Colombian. Isn't that a very common Colombian name? I guess there's a lot of spics named Javier from all parts of Spic America. But Javier is a very common Colombian name, and boy, those Colombians, man, oh man. Ever seen any Colombians? with that real kind of like tanned olive skin, you know, that real great complexion, real smooth skin, and real hard, smooth, tanned bodies. You know what I'm talking about? And then the guys, too. Huh?
Drug dealers, a lot of them.
Oh, boy. Here's a lady in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am. Buenos to you.
Caller.
Buongiorno.
I've just been sitting here just howling. You're just too funny.
I'm on a roll today, sweetheart.
Honey, it's a funny one.
Rolling.
I just want you to know I was putting something together in the other room last night, and my comment to my soulmate was, what's Neil going to say about darling Karen today?
Oh, God.
It's so bad.
I'm coming out of the closet with her. I'm not even going to call her the unmentionable. I'm calling her by name. She's a disgrace. She's embarrassing. She's grotesque. And this business of her being in here because she's the girlfriend of the consultant.
Exactly.
The idea that Bud Paxton allows this crap on the air here shows you how much that the Paxton people care about this radio station. They bought it, and maybe that was their game plan. Maybe because they have all these other stations, they bought this place, and maybe they were out to destroy it from the beginning because they're sure doing a great job.
Well, you know, tell Adam, don't give that much credence to barfing because, you know, that's giving credence to it. We don't want that.
He puked up meals from 6 years ago.
Adam's got to straighten up here. Adam has to straighten up. I also want to say, because I've been a long-time listener, when Phil left, I've really seen through the years now how this thing has totally washed itself down. And
Are you sure?
You've got to get out of there.
I am getting out of here.
You got to get out soon.
I just wish they would tell me which day, as in like today, or like a week from Sukkot, or after vacation. I wish these people be a little more forthcoming and a little more honest and a little upfront, although those are words not in their vocabulary, and stop diddling around, okay?
Well, you know what I think? I'm wondering if Paxton puts these categories up on the board, and as you walk through, you pick up this one, and this is what you're going to talk about.
You're on to us. You're on to us. She saw through the whole deal, yeah.
And ski. Between the two of them, they just go on.
They'd be going on, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it ain't gonna happen. And you know, Rick and Suds, I don't know how they're gonna carry that station, but maybe they'll be out of there next, and then that's it.
Maybe.
Then turn them over to Channel 45.
Okay.
Thanks, Neil.
God bless you.
Keep up the good stuff.
God bless you, sweetheart. May the Lord bless and keep you.
Thank you, darling.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Speaking of Channel 45, how's Jan and Paul Crotch doing these days, huh? What kind of bullcrap are they peddling? We have an open line today at 622. You notice how all the broads on these religious channels, they all have to have a lot of mascara that runs all over their puss when they cry a lot. They have to have a lot of mascara.
And purple hair.
Do you ever have mascara run on your puss?
Yeah.
We have two open lines in Broward, 767-9463, 767 WIOD in Broward, where we're desperate to try to get these people off their ass. It's a very strange week. Monday, usually, every week. I mean every week, unless there's something really, really phenomenal going on, like maybe the Dolphins won a game. But other than that, Monday is usually a death knell because people are trying to get their lives back together and pretend they're doing their job after screwing off all weekend. And then the rest of the week is marginal. But this week, Monday was ass-kicking. It was great. You almost felt we had people out there. And yesterday and today, man, it's been just brutal. It's been like pulling teeth. It's been like yanking it. Open line in Dade County. Do we have any Julios on there ready to come out of the closet or what? No? I'm waiting. I'm going to wait for the first fag to call in here right now. I don't care if he's Cuban, Mexican, Nicaraguan, Puerto Rican, Colombian, Venezuelan. I don't care. Brazilian. Well, of course, we know they're all fags anyway. I want the first spick to call in here right now to go on the air and say he's a fag right now. I'm going to wait. I'm going to pull a Karen K right now. 622 WIOD in Dade. 767 WIOD in Broward. I don't care if it takes me till 2 o'clock. We're going to eliminate all the spots. We're pushing away all the spot breaks. We're going to go right on through till 2 o'clock if it takes that long. Until we get some Julio fag on here right now that wants to do an Ellen. It's timely. It's right on target. It fits in with Knots Landing coming back tonight for whatever reason, because Pat Peterson's going to be on there, who's married now on the show alleged, which we don't believe that. We got a fag on here. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Julio line.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, my name is Tony. I work at Home Depot on 8th Street.
Are you a fag?
I'm coming out of the closet.
All right.
I'm a fag.
All right.
There you go.
God bless you, Tony.
Books, my man.
All right.
Take care.
Bottoms up. And Papa Bone. All right, well, that took care of that. How do you like that? Oh, no wonder that thing floated off the... it wasn't that store? It was a different one? Which store was it? Which Home Depot was it yesterday?
Miami Lakes.
Oh, Miami Lakes. Well, thank God. Thank God it wasn't the one down there in Homestead. They'd probably be interrogating his ass right now, and then tomorrow the rest of them. We have 2 open lines in Dade, 622-9463, and 2 in Broward, 767-9463. See, I know it's very unusual. These other people, these other dullards that we have coming around on board here, I know it's very unusual for me to think this, but I would think on a highly rated show, even a mediocre, even a lowly rated show, that when you're on the air saying, here's your opportunity, this is America, say whatever the hell you want. I don't give a crap about those feminist bulldykes and that adopted kid. Who gives a flying crap? Come on here and when in doubt, vent it out. Speak your piece. Speak your mind. How about those Panthers? How about that Kirk Moeller and Randy Mueller and whoever the hell these people are, huh? They don't know. They don't know from nothing. They wouldn't know Bill Hewitt from Bill Bonds. They wouldn't know Bill Kennedy from Bill Stern, which is a very sad commentary on the... and I realize it does make people bad people. They've just been sheltered. They've lived a cloistered life here in the state of Florida. And that's pretty sad. Like I said yesterday, get on a plane and just say, go to the airport and just whip out your credit card. Go to the airport and whip it out. There's a lot of that goes on over there, by the way. Go over to the airport, just whip out your credit card, say, here, give me a ticket to somewhere. Anywhere you're going, like in the next hour, so I don't have to wait too long. Just to go somewhere and see what the real goddamn world is all about. I'm serious, man. The parochial level of the people in this area, in this state, the idea, like if somebody lives in Kendall, their idea of a big weekend is like a trip up to the Palm Beach line. Or even a Broward line. Forget about Palm Beach. Oh, we got in the car, went all the way up to the Golden Glades. Wow. Woo. Heavy duty, baby. That's their idea of a big outing, a big trip. That's the kind of outing that they're into. They pack a box lunch. They put a few ants in there so they can feel like it's a real picnic. And they take a drive up to the Golden. They don't get out. And I'll tell you one thing, by the way, if you go up to the Golden Glades, get off on 163rd, go east about 5 or 6 blocks, and go through the Baskin-Robbins drive-thru. At least make it worthwhile. You don't have to get out of the car at all. You'll be safe.
Yeah, but you have to stop the car.
Well, you keep the motor running. Why, have you ever been in the Baskin-Robbins?
Drive-thru robberies are...
Have you ever...
time.
There's no robber... Oh, you are the biggest turd burger. There are no robberies at the Baskin-Robbins drive-thru on 163rd Street. Do you even know where it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever been through there?
No.
I have. Never got robbed. Oh, it's good stuff. I mean, I'm not eating that stuff now, not if you're on a diet, but like if you're skinny or if you don't have to worry about your weight, if you like something sweet. If you're going to drive all the way up from Kendall, the least you can do is go to Baskin-Robbins and go right through the drive-thru and say, give me a hot fudge sundae, 3 scoops with extra fudge, and like Rocky Road and maybe whatever else, pecan praline.
Marshmallow cream.
With marshmallow cream on it. That sounds... And hot fudge. And the whipped cream and cherries and nuts, too. Hold the nuts. 11:40... Oh, I'm sorry, I was holding the nuts. 11:45 at WIOD.
Wonderful Isle of Dementia.
Oh, my God!
610. WIOD.
You know, he sounds like an effing creative genius to me, that John Ford. Oh, that's not him? That's a guy named, what is his name?
John Driscoll.
What is it, John Driscoll?
Driscoll.
Oh, boy. So we got John Ford is creating, and John Driscoll is voicing with that real kind of voiceless, dead sound.
Except for the What's Happening promo. That's John Ford.
Oh, all right, great.
Didn't you hear that before?
We have an open line in Dade. I don't listen. 622-9463. 622-WIOD. Here's a fag.
Here's a look at what's happening this weekend.
Get rid of that. Here's a fag in Hialeah.
I am a Latin gay man in Hialeah.
Jess?
I just want to say I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I came out of the closet.
Jess?
And I want to adopt 3 young boys.
Okay.
And I always hang out in the cafeteria.
All right, in the Cafeteria Santeria. Okay, we'll see you there. Go choke the chicken. We have an open line in Dade, 622-9463. We have 2 open lines on the out-of-town line. See, there's a real fag pretending to be a fag. You know that Julio thing? Changing his voice, just in case anybody believed it. Here's Fort Lauderdale on a mobile. Hello? Fort Lauderdale on a mobile. Going once. Going twice. Okay, let's go to Miami. Hello?
Hey, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Great.
Oh, great. Me too. I first want to say happy Mother Scratching Day to all the everyone out there?
All you mothers out there, yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of them, right?
All you mothers this Sunday. All the restaurants are going to be jam-packed from all these people taking their mothers out for heartburn, yeah.
Yeah, my brother works at a restaurant down here, and his last day he's moving to another outfit, and they're making him work on that last day.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Isn't that sweet?
After 20 years, that's their way to say have a great day.
You mean they're canning him?
No, he's just leaving him.
Oh.
No room to advance.
Uh-huh.
But he found another place. So anyhow, I went to the doctor's this morning.
Yes?
And I was watching Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Is that the guy? I want to be.
I want to be a lesbian transvestite nun. Yes.
No, it's
Who
something.
picked up Eddie Murphy?
Nude model. I want to be a nude model, and the one girl takes her top off in front of the audience. Did anybody catch that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, well, they bleeded it out, like the blur.
Yeah, they
thing.
put the little things on there. They blurred it out.
But she did it in front of audience, and there was young kids in the audience.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, and I didn't see anybody run out of the audience. They were kind of dumbfounded.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so my doctor shows me that I got a blood cholesterol of 267.
Not too good.
Not good at all. And he tells me to eat no more meat, go on vegetables only.
Well, he's full of crap. I guess that'll work, but it all depends. Are you overweight?
Probably about 30 pounds.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Sounds like an Atkins candidate to me.
Right? Yeah, I got the book, and you think it'll take care of it? He told me the Atkins won't work for me.
Huh?
He told me the Atkins won't work for me.
Why not?
I don't. You can't talk sense to a doctor.
So you know something? That means you need another doctor. See, more people accept the crap from their doctor because he's wearing that white suit, and you think he knows something. Go find yourself a real doctor.
You think so?
I'm telling you, man.
Can you suggest one? Where's your? I don't know.
Well, where do you live?
North Dade, New Orleans.
Well, George will give you my doctor's name.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, have a good day.
Hang on. Line 2, give him my doctor's name, my Italian doctor. Yeah, I got a great doctor, man. He's a good guy. His staff, well, hey, nothing's perfect. I mean, when you work in this town, when you live and work in this town, you do the best you can. It's like that Wendy's thing. Like I said, we love your meat, Dave Thomas, but boy, some of your help, oh, God. I wouldn't wish them on Ava Brown, and I'm talking about the real one. Sorry, Cheryl. We have an open line at Dade, 622-9463, 622. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
I got a nice Mother's Day story for you.
Okay.
A little religious. My mother recently remarried a Catholic a few years ago. Needless to say, she turned Catholic.
Oh, my God.
Originally, she was married to my father, who was Muslim. Then she was Muslim. Now she's Catholic.
Yeah.
She went from Muslim to Catholic.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I just like, okay, whatever, But a few months ago, my little brother, I have a little brother now, 7 years old.
Is he circumcised?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
I was walking home with him, and I asked him, why don't you celebrate Halloween this year? He says, well, Daddy says Halloween is the devil's night out.
Yeah.
So we couldn't celebrate Halloween.
So, wait a minute. Daddy, is this Farbison a Catholic? Is that what you're saying?
Right, the stepfather.
The stepfather is like a very, very religious Catholic, and he says that Halloween is the devil's night out. It's the work of the devil.
That's what he told his 7-year-old boy. Needless to say, I went nuts. I said, what kind of a stupid thing is that to say?
Yeah. ¿Quién es más macho, Lucifer or Walter Sabo? That's our poll question today. Unbelievable.
Anyway,
Talk
I
about
went
superstition.
nuts. Now they're mad at me for being mad at him for saying that.
You know what I would feed him?
Yeah.
I'd feed him some of that Jell-O pudding.
Yeah.
Tell him to get out of his vehicle and head for Uranus.
They're both heavy into Jesus, and
Oh.
I don't know what to do, man.
Bubba Mices, man.
I ignore it as much as I can, but now I'm like,
I'd go to Don Corleone. That's what I would do. For justice, man, you got to go visit the Don.
Yeah.
Or maybe even Don Shula.
That or kick the crap out of him.
There you go. That sounds better. Go call up Sonny. He'll take care of him.
All right, Neil.
Call up Sonny on the causeway. See if he's doing okay.
All right.
Good luck, pal.
Thanks, man.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, don't be doing no trick and treating either. Maybe a little a trick, but no treat. That's what the Frugal Gourmet says. He likes his tricks and his treats. We have 2 open line in Dade, 622-9463, 1 in Broward, 767-9463. On this amazing day, in this amazing place, let's say amazing grace. Come on, all you religious assholes out there. Let's put our hands together. Let's light the candles. Let's rock back and forth. Let's daven. Let's pray. Let's sprinkle the holy water all over.
Squirt, squirt.
Oh, sorry, that unpedant, I forgot. 1156 at W. That was kind of cute. I would give it like about a 5 on a scale of 200. It was okay. Hey, all you Heat fans out there, all you Heat fans, baby, Sunshine Network's NBA playoff coverage of the Atlantic Division champion Miami Heat continues tonight as the Miami Heat pursues their quest for a championship against the New York Knicks. In this, the most successful season in franchise history, the Heat venture into the second round for the first time, with Pat Riley facing his former team. Miami is riding a wave of emotion following a 5-game series with the Magic, while the Knicks got to restart their engine following a first-round sweep of Charlotte. Yeah, okay. Tune in tonight as Tim Hardaway and Alonzo Mourning take on Patrick Ewing and Larry Johnson and all those other goyim. See the Heat take on the Knicks tonight on Sunshine Network. Pregame begins at 6:30. See why Sunshine be the leader in Florida sports coverage. The Heat and the Knicks tonight.
610 WIOD. Neil Rogers. While you're goofing off at work.
Hey, that's a good idea. Thank you, sir.
610 WIOD.
Neil Rogers.
God. Yo, sports fans, it's Jimmy D here, and I got trouble enough trying to remember people's names. When they change their names after they're famous, things become even more difficult. Remember Trevor Berbick, the boxer? Well, Trevor's got a new name. Israel P. Berbick. I don't know if he's a rabbi now or what, but he's changed his name to Israel. Chris Jackson did the same thing. When he was in college, he was Chris Jackson. Now he's Mahmoud Abdul Roof or Ralph or something a dog would say. Same with Isaiah Ryder. In college, he was J.R. Now it's Isaiah. Notice nobody ever changes their name to Steve or Bob. It's always got to be a name that makes him sound like a suspect in the World Trade Center bombing. All through sports history, this has been happening. Cassius Clay became Muhammad Ali. Lou Alcindor became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and so on. Shaquille O'Neal didn't have to change his name. It was stupid in the first place. A couple of years ago, Mike Tyson was thinking about a name change, but he decided against it because he had enough trouble spelling his old one. Another thing I noticed is, how come you never see white guys changing their names? Arnold Palmer becomes Ahmad Abdullah. Larry Bird changes it to Ali Mugambo Rabal. The closest thing we got to a white athlete changing his name is Tanya Harding's ex-husband, Jeff Gillooly. He had a hearing in Portland to change his name to Jeff Stone, and there were a bunch of people there fighting to change in court. I didn't even know you could do that. One of the guys protesting was an actor named Paul Peterson, who played a character named Jeff Stone on the Donna Reed show. He was outraged and said his reputation could be ruined. I got one question, Jeff. What reputation? Not only ain't it your real name, nobody remembers you. You could be dead and we wouldn't know or care. At least the guy that took your name had a huge dick. Remember that Harding Gillooly honeymoon video? Whoa, maybe that's where people will get confused and you'll rack up the chicks. I say, you get a name when you're born, you ought to be stuck with it. No changes for any reason. If your parents were bastards, then you're screwed. I'm Amugo Kabul, and that's what I think.
Thank you so much. 12:05 at WIOD on a great Wednesday here at the home of hysteria, man, where everybody's running around in circles going blah, 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 like that. We got lots of open lines now again at noon. Yesterday, too, we actually built up a little momentum just before noon, like maybe a call. And then noon came, and all of a sudden, okay, we don't care no more. You can't do that to us, man. You can't do this to us. We're dying over here. 2 open lines in Dade, 622-9463. 2 in Broward, 767-9463. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Time caller.
All right.
All right. Hey, I got a question, a comment, and a request.
Yes?
Okay.
Forget
610 WIOD. Neil Rogers. While you're goofing off at work.
Hey, that's a good idea. Thank you, sir.
610 WIOD.
Neil Rogers.
God. Yo, sports fans, it's Jimmy D here, and I got trouble enough trying to remember people's names. When they change their names after they're famous, things become even more difficult. Remember Trevor Berbick, the boxer? Well, Trevor's got a new name. Israel P. Berbick. I don't know if he's a rabbi now or what, but he's changed his name to Israel. Chris Jackson did the same thing. When he was in college, he was Chris Jackson. Now he's Mahmoud Abdul Roof or Ralph or something a dog would say. Same with Isaiah Ryder. In college, he was J.R. Now it's Isaiah. Notice nobody ever changes their name to Steve or Bob. It's always got to be a name that makes him sound like a suspect in the World Trade Center bombing. All through sports history, this has been happening. Cassius Clay became Muhammad Ali. Lou Alcindor became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and so on. Shaquille O'Neal didn't have to change his name. It was stupid in the first place. A couple of years ago, Mike Tyson was thinking about a name change, but he decided against it because he had enough trouble spelling his old one. Another thing I noticed is, how come you never see white guys changing their names? Arnold Palmer becomes Ahmad Abdullah. Larry Bird changes it to Ali Mugambo Rabal. The closest thing we got to a white athlete change his name is Tanya Harding's ex-husband, Jeff Gululi. He had a hearing in Portland to change his name to Jeff Stone, and there were a bunch of people there fighting to change in court. I didn't even know you could do that. One of the guys protesting was an actor named Paul Peterson, who played a character named Jeff Stone on the Donna Reed show. He was outraged and said his reputation could be ruined. I got one question, Jeff. What reputation? Not only ain't it your real name, nobody remembers you. You could be dead and we wouldn't know or care. At least the guy that took your name had a huge dick. Remember that Harding-Gillooly honeymoon video? Whoa, maybe that's where people will get confused and you'll rack up the chicks. I say, you get a name when you're born, you ought to be stuck with it. No changes for any reason. If your parents were bastards, then you're screwed. I'm a Mughal Kabul, and that's what I think.
Thank you so much. 12:05 at WIOD on a great Wednesday here at the home of hysteria, man, where everybody's running around in circles going a little bit like that. We got lots of open lines now again. At noon yesterday, too, we actually built up a little momentum just before noon, like maybe a call. And then noon came, and all of a sudden, okay, we don't care no more. You can't do that to us, man. You can't do this to us. We're dying over here. 2 open lines in Dade, 622-9463. 2 in Broward, 767-9463. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Time caller.
All right.
All right. Hey, I got a question, a comment, and a request.
Yes?
Okay.
Forget about the request. We're not doing no request. We want verbal intercourse today. Forget this request stuff.
Well, it'd kind of go hand in hand with
with the fag stuff. Yeah, well, we'll think about it. Okay.
Okay. Anyways, question. I never really got an answer or found out an answer about what happened to Ron and Ron, why they left Zeta 4. Can you answer that?
They didn't leave Zeta 4. The Paxton people panicked because Howard came on the air, and they panicked and realized that Howard was going to blow them out of the water, and so they blew that show off. And then in their infinite wisdom, they bought the network a couple of years later and put them on the air here, and they're doing like fractions, man. Their numbers are so small, you need a magnifying glass to see them.
Well, that's weird because
in the typical way that only Paxton can do, yes?
I was hearing all kinds of rumors that there were sexual allegations.
No, there were not.
Nothing like that, huh?
It had nothing to do with that.
Nothing that good. Okay, comment.
It had to do with desperate ratings, as in none.
Yeah. Comment.
Yes?
I was in the Army. I've had basic and AIT over at Fort Dix, New Jersey.
Yes?
It's kind of surprising that hearing about this drill sergeant and the sergeant major of the Army and everything like that, how all this is suddenly coming out of the closet.
Yeah, at least he was living up to his name anyway.
Yeah, right.
Drill sergeant, yeah.
Well, anyways, when I was in AIT, we would have the guys on the first floor, girls would be on the second.
Yeah.
I would see the girls in formation the next day, a couple of them coming down in tears because a couple of the drill sergeants went out there and put some kind of, sexual.
I got you down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of surprising for me to hear that all of a sudden all this stuff is coming out. This stuff should have been out a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
just like that Graham James with the hockey players, man. All this stuff has been swept under the carpet for years. Like the thing with all the priests, the child molesting priests. They just sweep it under the carpet, and as long as nobody knows about it, just keep it a secret.
Well, they don't want to hear it.
Right.
Well, anyways.
Because one thing we know in the military, man, there ain't no sex going on. Thank God for that.
No, it's Sodom and Gomorrah in the military.
No way. Not out there in the Navy. Not in the Marines and the Navy when those guys are out there on those ships for months at a time. We know there ain't nobody doing nothing out there. They're not even touching themselves.
Well, what about their wives back home?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the request I got to make.
Maybe they're getting drilled by the dentist.
That could be. The request I got to make?
Yeah.
The gay square dance.
Gay square dance?
Yeah.
See, what you're going to do is make this into a request thing now.
Well, I don't mean to, but,
Riding along to the gay square dance, got a great big zipper in the back of my pants. Get off my horse at the old barn door, got my saddle turned around, I'm a-riding on the horn. Look inside, folks are dancing all around. There goes Johnny in his mother's nightgown. All a man left and all a man right. All the man needs is a pillow to bite. Give your partner a silly smirk. All join hands for a big circle jerk. Volunteers, all raise your hand. Who's gonna be the next pivot man? Invite your partner home for a drink, lick your lips, and give him a wink with a great big smile and a great big nod. Let him know your gerbils declawed.
Okay, 12:09 at WIOD. Here it is. This is the moment of truth. Just like yesterday, we arrived at this same moment, right around the same time, too. Maybe it's part of the new format. Two open lines in Dade County, 622-9463, 622-WIOD. We're talking about guys who've been in the Navy who used to do each other out there at sea. And we have, in other words, real seamen. And we're Broward, wide open, 767-9463. Anybody in the Navy ever see real seamen or just make-believe? 767-WIOD in Broward, completely wide open, dead as a doornail as they leave us in the lurch again. Boy, it sure makes you have to wonder, don't it? Here's Coral Gables. Hello.
Neil, how's it going?
Okay, sir.
Neil, yesterday you were talking about a kid who got in trouble with having a Cuban flag around his neck.
Yes?
Okay, I go to that same school that boy went to.
Yeah.
And you were saying that he should be able to wear it. But the school said he couldn't because it was beads and that was gang-related.
Yeah, everything with beads is gang-related, right.
Well, but first of all, the dean of students at the school, Boca High, which it is, she is Cuban. The other thing is, that kid, Peter Era, who's the boy who was wearing the Cuban flag,
yes,
is in a gang. So, people are taking it the wrong way.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for one thing, okay, people think, he should be able to wear the Cuban flag.
So is he in a Cuban gang?
No.
So what does the Cuban flag have to do with the gang?
Well, just the way that he wears it, he's like trying to get all Latins together and just...
Well, what do you mean just the way that he wears it? Does he wear it on his neck or does he wear it on his...
Rectum.
I mean, where does he wear it?
He wears it on his neck.
Yeah, so what does that mean? If I wore a Star of David around my neck, does that mean I'm trying to get all the Jews together? I'm an agent provocateur?
No.
So, but you just got through saying that. Yes, you just said that.
But you see, beads are gang-related anyway.
Get out of here. Beads are gang-related. I got your beads over here. How about rosary beads?
Those two, Neil.
Yeah, okay, excellent point. Thank you. Now you're making sense. Okay,
now
we're...
butt beads?
Huh? What?
What about those butt beads?
Are you... Rectum. Beads. Are you crazy? Yeah, that's gang-related, too, as in gang-bang. Look at this. One call left on the board. Okay, this calls for drastic measures now. Let's see. Let me just reach over here. Oh, we got Bill. Don't forget about old Bill. It's timely. Help Yourself with Peggy Scott Adams. We could play that Bill song. That's 5.5 minutes. We got one call left on the board there, and now the audience has decided the show is over. Party's over, guys. It's all over. Okay, two can play this game. I have never, ever. How have I lasted 21 years in this town, man? I've never seen so many dead heads in my life. We got 685 juicy, hot topics going here today. There isn't anybody out there who will even make the effort to pick up their instrument or their phone. 622-WIOD. And I'm telling you, man, this is contagious. It reminds me, what it reminds me of? When Joey started working on the weekends on this station years ago. Not years long enough, but I mean years ago. And I'd come in there to do some work, like we were putting the Camilla's House stuff together at that time, the best of, on the weekend. And I'd come in, and he'd be sitting there with Bill Marshall, and I'd look at the phone. There would be not a call. And I'd say to myself, that's not possible. This is WIOD. We never have a situation like that. And it kind of like gets contagious. It's like a disease that spreads. And that's what's going on with this radio station right now. I can't imagine why for the life of me. So what do you think about those two bulldykes want to adopt that geek kid, huh? Dade County, we got two open lines still in Dade, 622-9463. It's either you call or we're playing Peggy Scott Adams and Beal. Beal, that drag queen, whatever the hell it is. My husband ran off with Beal, and it was a real thrill, but not for me. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Okay, sir.
You were talking before about Karen Kay. Did you catch the fact that she hates these homeless guys selling the newspapers on the street?
Yeah, somebody called about that, yeah.
I couldn't believe how much she was, like, bequeathing these guys of earning a living. She is such a brat that... What did she do before this, exactly?
She was part-time bitch in Trenton, New Jersey on some make-believe radio station.
Who did she know or you know what to get this job? I mean,
you already know the answer to that. She talks about it all the time. She's the girlfriend of the consultant, Walter Sabo. Sabo. Rhymes with I don't know, as in Sabo.
Well, you mentioned Joey Reynolds. Joey Reynolds was a genius in comparison to this.
I agree.
I mean,
I couldn't agree more.
I remember that show that you were talking about when you were there that Saturday and Joey asked you to come on and you were bashing him right then and there on that show.
Yeah.
I will never forget that one. That was classic.
I am that hemorrhoid. Right.
But this one makes Joey Reynolds, and I never thought I'd say this, this one makes Joey look like a genius. I can't believe the station has crumbled so bad.
It has. It has.
It really has. Well,
I'm
thank
sitting
God
here, man.
you're
Even,
out of
even,
there, man, because
okay. Thank the
Bye-bye.
Lord. I'm counting the minutes. Thank you so much. Okay, not too much of a flicker here. WIOD. What?
This is lifeless.
Oh.
They just call and don't say anything.
Okay, so in other words, we got a bunch of assholes who are calling. So
No,
I
not
thought,
a bunch, just one.
I thought we were going to, no, I'm talking about in general there. Once I went through my thing, they were about threatening to play the record. We had like a whole bunch of flurry of 8 million lines ringing, but they have nothing to say. As in Broward, not a single 2 million people in Broward. And just like yesterday, there's not one person on there, man. I think I better take the whole summer off, is what I better do. I better, like as in today, better start today. Better slap on some tapes today. We'll run all the spots back to back. 622 WIOD in Dade. All 3 Dade lines waiting on you. 767-9463 in Broward. 2 on the out-of-town lines. 14 on the purple lines. 172 on the mahogany lines. What do you think about that $9,000 engagement ring anyway? Should he get it back or what? Come on, let's hear about this. This is important stuff. Don't you understand it? 12:15 at WIOD.
Wonderful Isle of Demons.
Blood-curdling, I'd say.
610 WIOD.
12:19 at WIOD. Join us with our topic today. Why do poor people reproduce like rabbits?
I have no foreskin.
Yeah, I'm Walter Sabo in a black sedan. Oh, won't you hop inside my company car? I got the pictures and tax and eating out of my hand. I'm gonna make you a radio star. I'm Walter Sabo, baby. I can do anything I want to do. I'm your consultant woman, and I'm gonna be consulting you on giving Batfo on a crap show and a formula that's got to bore ya. I've got the power to mold and control you. Whoa, you know I do. Well, I have a way to get you your own show at a station down in Hollywood. And I don't care if your ratings are low, just as long as you can stroke me good.
Rectum.
I'm Walter Sabo, baby, and you'll do anything I want you to. I'm your consultant woman. Spread your legs when I desire you. I'm gonna bone ya and own ya, 'cause I'm a dumb slob, can't get a real job. That's why I'm a consultant, 'cause I'm just an asshole.
12:20 at WIOD. Happy Wednesday. We hope you're having a great day. Don't forget Mom this Sunday, man. It's Mother's Day. Take her out to like a real great restaurant, like what's that place where my mother always goes? That horrible place where they have like chicken. Oh, what is the name of that place? It's like a chain.
Swiss Chalet.
And that's exactly it. Very good. The Swiss Chalet. Can you imagine taking your mother to the Swiss Chalet for Mother's Day? Oh, feh. I can't think of anything more grotesque.
She likes it.
Okay, let's go to a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
Hey, I got a new car yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there setting up the stations, and when I got to the AM, I usually put 610 right at the first one because I always want to make sure I can get to you. And then I realized that I'm not going to need 610 anymore, so I put it way down there on the right-hand side, and it's going to go right off the system as soon as you move over to 560. Which
It's going
is
to go
now
right
the
off the right-hand side, right past Surf.
Exactly. It's kind of like Seinfeld the other night, you know, being on the memory call, making sure, you know, who was number one and number two. I now have 560 on my number one spot there because that's where you're going.
Yeah.
So it's happening. It's amazing.
It is happening.
When is that actual switchover?
You're asking me? I have no idea.
You have no idea.
This is the strangest deal in the history of mankind. It is. Some on or before January 1st.
Unbelievable.
Hopefully
Can I
before.
call my wife a douchebag?
Yes, sir.
My wife, Suzanne, you're a pregnant douchebag.
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya. Hope she don't know Annie, by the way, on Guiding Light. We have 2 open lines in Dade, 622-9463. 622-WIOD. We have one in Broward, 767-9463. 767-WIOD. Our topic today is, should those Bulldogs give back that diamond engagement ring? Here's a, now what does that mean? Is that his name? Is that, what does that mean? Christian and Davy?
A Christian.
Oh, A Christian and Davy. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Hey, first of all, I've listened to you for years, and I love you.
Yes?
You know, just like God loves the sinner, he hates the sin.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, listen. Anyways, about Halloween.
That's what Anita Bryant used to say before she went bankrupt. Yeah.
Well, listen. I don't hate everyone. I really care for everyone, and I don't have any animosity towards anyone. I want to get that straight.
But.
No, there's no but.
But.
No.
Well, but it sounded like a preface to something else.
No, I
It sounded like a.
a man mentioned a little while ago regarding Halloween, and that started with the Druids, and a lot of people don't understand.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What difference does it make how it got started? Don't we know what it means today? Don't we know that it's a fun thing for people to go out and pester their neighbors and get their kids a bunch of candy and get them sick, and for perverts to put like razor blades in apples? And that's what it's all about. That's the purpose.
Well, could I tell you that...
It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with the devil. It has nothing to do with the Druids. It has nothing to do with Lucifer. It has nothing to do with Jews or Goyim or anybody else. It's just a night of fun for the people and their little punky kids. That's all.
Okay, well, I respect...
That's all. Very simple.
Okay, well, I respect your opinion. Can you listen
No, it's
to what
not
I
an
have to say?
opinion. It's a fact.
Well, can you listen to what I have to say?
I'll be delighted.
All right, listen. All right. In the early 1200s, okay, the Druids, they started...
Why do you keep going back to this again?
Well, listen to me, because you don't understand...
It's crap
that,
anyway. It's
that
Christian
they would,
propaganda. He's totally wrong.
All right, well, listen. They would have child sacrifices, and the jack-o'-lantern, they'd light the candle with human fat, and
First of all, let me ask you this. Were you there to see this?
Well, do you believe that Napoleon and Hitler existed?
Napoleon and Hitler, I believe, yeah, they both existed, right.
Okay, well, that's history,
Were Napoleon and Hitler back in the 12th century?
Well, listen, that was history, and all I'm trying to say is... And
how about Shakespeare? Did he exist?
Of course he did.
Yeah, was that his real name? Do we know? How about there's all kinds of historical people that we didn't even know for sure if that was their real name, if they were some of them, if they really even existed.
Well, I guess in 500 years...
But what does that have to do with anything?
Well,
why are you giving me a tortured, fractured fairy tale history lesson here that has something... I just got through telling you what Halloween's all about.
Right, well, in 500
What are you trying to say?
Listen, in
My
500
Farbissina
years...
Goyish friend, what are you trying to say?
Neil, in 500 years they could ask if Neil Roger existed, okay?
Forget about that. What do the Druids have to do with the way that Halloween is celebrated now?
Well, it started out as an occult...
I don't care how it started out. Let me say it again. You're the most definitive, typical religious asshole. You're all the same. You just keep repeating the same crap, and you just keep going like a steamroller out of control. If somebody asks you a question, you can't be bothered because you know you can't answer the question.
Well, can I answer it?
I'm waiting.
Okay.
One last shot.
All right.
One last shot.
Okay. You talked you talked about Jesus, and he said that he is the way and the truth.
Jesus has got nothing to do with Halloween. Let's get back to Halloween.
Sure he does. Because he's against
Okay. 2 open lines in Dade, 622-WIOD, 2 in Broward, 767-GOYAM, 767-WIOD, and 2 on the out-of-town lines. These religious people, man, this hocus pocus. And you know something? These guys who are offering themselves this Heaven's Gate, this cult, it's not helping at all. You think that at least, if anything, that these people dying might wake up somebody out there and realize that all this religious horse crap is nothing more than horse crap, superstition, and bull crap. It's garbage. And here's a guy hawking at China who didn't say anything, who started defending this other Catholic guy who's all psychotic because Lucifer and Halloween are like go hand in gland or whatever the hell it was. And now this guy's talking about the Druids and crap that allegedly happened like 8 million years ago, which didn't happen in the first place. But who cares if it did? What has it got to do with the price of rice in Peoria anyway? Nothing. But don't try to have a conversation because he's just going to keep rolling right along there with the blinders on, right down the old Hershey Highway. But, of course, he don't have nothing against anybody. He's just a good Christian. 2 open lines in Dade County. Come on, let's get with it, okay? How can you be sitting on your dead ass after a great call like that, huh? What do you think? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Lucifer or the devil? Which one do you like better? Same thing? I thought Lucifer was a cat. A pussy? 2 open lines in Dade, 2 in Broward, 622-WIOD, 2 in Broward. We may have to take a break here just because it's so agitating. You know what? 12:20, or because it's scheduled. 12:27 at WIOD.
610 WIOD. Wonderful Isle of Doo-Doo.
I pooped my pants.
610 WIOD.
I don't have a clue.
Every Halloween you go crazy
crazy trying to find a cool costume. Yes, your brain you rack. You go as Schwarzenegger, then at the party 20 more Terminator clones are all saying,
I'll be back.
you'll be something trendy, something scary, no doubt. Like Pee Wee Herman with his thing hanging out. Get a new idea for a costume when you trick or treat. Get a new costume when you trick or treat. Yeah, get a new idea for a costume when you trick or treat. Get a new costume when you trick or treat. Freddy Krueger, Jason, or a pregnant nun. Forget it, dude, they've all been done. Anyway, the chick in the skimpiest costume will win the contest just like last year. It's a given. You decided what to go as at the Halloween ball. Be the invisible man and not show up at all. Get a new idea for a costume when you trick or treat. Get a new costume when you trick or treat. Get a new idea for a costume when you trick or treat. Get a new costume when you trick or treat. Get a new
12:33 at WIOD. Our topic today, Halloween. Is it a lot of fun or is it the work of the devil? Is it Lucifer in drag? That's what it's all about, hey? How about those Druids, damn it? How about those human sacrifices that the Jews and the Christians... Oh, sorry about that. Shouldn't have brought that into it. We have two open lines in Dade, 622-9463. 622, crazy religious people with their fairy tales and superstition and bubble mices. That's our topic today and tomorrow and the next day and the year after that. Here's Coral Gables on a mobile. Hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
How's it going today?
Great.
It's your paisan from Coral Gables here, and first thing I want to say is that news guy, the guy that does the news, hilarious. Very funny. We love him. And
Give me a break. Give me a break.
He's the best.
He blows. He blows chunks.
And I want to talk about the Dykes.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if no one else wants these children, why the hell not? Even if someone else wants
Oh,
them.
I don't want to talk about that. Are you serious? I don't want to talk about that.
No?
No, call up Karen Kay. She's probably going to be talking about that again tomorrow night.
Okay, well then how about Jesus Freaks?
Yeah?
Whatever.
Speaking of Jesus Freaks, that one won't stop calling.
Who?
The last one, the Halloween guy.
What do you mean he won't stop calling? The conversation is over. That's it. He didn't want to have a conversation. Go ahead, sir. I'm listening.
These people, those about Halloween and whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a break. And how ridiculous! These people need to get off it. They're just freaks.
But they're all out there, man. They're there. They're out there.
Hey,
Millions of them.
It's such a hypocrisy. There's such a paradox in what they say. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we have two open lines today. What is the guy saying when he's calling you back? Doesn't he understand once a king, always a king, but once a queen's enough?
He's praying for us.
Go pray. Go put your hands together. Go rub your rosary beads. Probably a gang member. Probably got beads all over the house. You beady-eyed geek, you asshole. Oh, yeah. I mean, you try to have a conversation with people like that. I mean, it's great stuff, but you can only go so long when they keep repeating the same crap and they keep wandering all over the place because it has nothing to do with the question. The question is, what did it have to do with Halloween today? And he couldn't answer the question. He knew he couldn't answer it. So he's going, and he's talking caca. I'm telling you, man, why is it? Why doesn't anybody in this goddamn country have the balls to talk about this bull crap? All this money being flushed down the toilet with this religious crap. People are starving to death, and people are sitting around praying for them. How about giving them something to eat, for Christ's sakes? Oh, no, we're sitting around like he's praying for us, okay? Save your time, pal. Do us a favor. WIOD.
Yeah, Neil.
Same guy, right, George?
God killed him, no?
Yeah. Same guy. He hasn't got anything against anybody. He's a wonderful guy. Yeah, you sound like a real wonderful guy to me. Go get a hobby, okay? Go try sticking your rosary beads in your...
Rectum.
Might get a big thrill, okay? In fact, Aaron's going to be coming back tonight to talk just about that. About anal glove beads. Two open lines in Dade, 622-WIOD, 1 in Broward. You better call right now. I'm telling you that, or you're going to burn in hell forever. You're going to be in purgatory with Groucho Marx, and wait till that damn duck comes down. You're going to really be up Spitz Creek. I'm telling you that. You're going to be up Mark Spitz Creek. How is Mark Spitz, by the way? He's a dentist? Oh, my God. Nice Jewish boy. He looked pretty good for a couple of minutes. Here's a lady in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
Good.
I'm waiting for more of these religious nuts to call in. I love it. I want to hear from every one of them. All the good believers out there, all you Jesus freaks, all you Abraham and Moses freaks, all you Orthodox goofballs that are davening and rocking back and forth with your mumbo jumbo.
Oh, I love it. I have
Bunch
a
of
story
bull
to tell you
crap.
about- Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, I have a story to tell you about a Bible-thumping asshole who came to where I work.
Is there any other kind?
All right.
You're being...
Exactly. Okay, I do nails, okay? And I have this client who comes and he gets his manicure every week.
Yeah.
And he sits down and he tells me over and over about how I'm going to hell because I'm Jewish and all the Jews are going to hell, all the Muslims are going to hell.
Isn't that
and
nice?
He doesn't go to church every Sunday.
Isn't that charming? And what do you do to him?
I'm sorry?
What is your relationship to him?
Oh, I'm a manicurist. He's one of my clients.
I'd chop his fingers right off.
Right? Exactly. No, it gets better, okay? He goes on and on, preaches to me every week, and then I was wearing a sleeveless
Are you
shirt.
really that desperate that you need to listen to some jackass like that?
No, I finally told him to leave. But the point of the story is that he always tells me that, after he bitches at me and preaches to me, he tells me how much he loves my legs and he wants to take me to the beach.
Right. Oh, God, that's good.
Exactly.
I have never in my life met or read about or heard about any of these self-proclaimed religious freaks who isn't the biggest damn horny bastard on the face of the earth. They are doing everybody.
Thank you. And this guy's like 60 years old. I'm 19, and he can't get his claws off of me, and I just wanted to kill him. Anyway, that's my story.
Good God. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye. We have an open line today at 622. Halloween, man, that's our topic today. We finally sunk our teeth into something that we can really sink it into, that we can really go nuts about. And what about those bats and those cats? Evil, evil, evil. Like I said, the cats. I think the guy's got a point. I never thought about the cat part. Every cat on the face of the earth is an evil creature. Each and every cat is evil. Just look in their eyes, man, if you get that close without getting spooked. Oh, sorry. We have an open line on the purple line, pound IOD. We have an open line. I bet you black people don't have cats. Black people tend to be very superstitious because many of them
You're not generalizing, are you?
Yes. Black people as a whole,
rectum,
tend to be a little on the superstitious. And, of course, who isn't superstitious? It's like when I'm filling up my tank with gas, I never like stopping on the number 13. Do you?
I don't care, but I like to squeeze a little bit extra without.
Well, I always like to squeeze a little bit extra just in case something might happen. We have this phone thing, man, is pathetic. This is pathetic. We're solving all the problems of the human race right here, and you people are such a bunch of bungholes that you don't even have the energy to pick up the phone and scream and yell. That guy should have you hysterical. Hysterical. The guy with his bull crap about Halloween, he's condemning each and every one of you. And you know something? I think he's got another good point. Keep all these people with their pain-in-the-ass kids away from my door. In addition to which, probably save a hell of a lot of lives, too. Not only are you poisoning the kids with this tons of sugar, we wonder why all these kids are like hyperventilating and jumping up and down like St. Vitus dance. It's the American sugar disease. You're killing your kids and yourselves with sugar. Sugar kills, baby. Don't ever forget it. Killer carbs. And what's the number one killer carb? Sugar. Azúcar. Sucaro. That's it. Killer. So let's ban Halloween. What do you say? Let's do it right now. First, we'll get rid of the tolls on the turnpike. Then we're going to ban freaking Halloween.
How about we'll send the kids around and they can get money instead?
Not at my house. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Great.
I heard that bitch last night when I was taking a shower.
We're back to her again, that bitch?
Well, I was just calling because you were talking about that stupid topic that she was talking about.
Yeah?
That fucking bitch.
For like 15, 20 minutes, and I shut it off. It sucked.
She just doesn't get it. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares. I mean, everybody cares about Halloween. I got something today, man, that thanks to my good Christian friend, I got a good topic here today, Halloweeny.
You're absolutely correct about the sugar. I cut out sugar about a year ago. I didn't go on the Atkins diet or anything. I just started playing racquetball and cut out the sugar and stuff.
And I want to say something else.
35 pounds.
I'm going to tell you one other thing. Not only is sugar so harmful, it is, I've said this before, I want to say it again, the most addictive substance, far more addictive than any drug, than alcohol, than tobacco, nicotine. It is the most addictive substance known to mankind, and all these grave robbers are... The government's all concerned about smoking and cigarettes, and they're suing this one. And in the meantime, the people who are making this sugar, man, they are the biggest killers on the face of the earth. More people get strokes and heart attacks and diabetes and every other goddamn disease from sugar, and it's in everything you can eat. There's more sugar hidden in the American diet than you can shake your stick at.
Listen, in closing,
yes,
Carlos, you're a douchebag.
And keep it up, pal.
Pal.
And your diet, too. 2 open lines in Broward, 76794. What is that? What is that? What did Leslie just bring in there? Or am I supposed to mind my own business?
God's medicine. Remember that lady said she was bringing you by a cheesecake?
Oh, great. Excelente. Outstanding. I could sure use a little right now. I could use a little spritz. Maybe I can spray some in my...
Want her to stick the cheesecake?
I don't want the cheesecake. Who wants the cheesecake? Who's that from? Oh, that's from her? No, I don't want that. I'm going to Mommy's for lunch today. I don't want somebody to ruin my lunch. Everybody keeps sending me food that I don't want. I thank you so much. I don't want your cheesecake. You eat it and see how it is. I'm sure it's great. It's free. We have an open line in Broward, 767-9463. 767-9463 rhymes with free. Thank you so much, Leslie. And thank you for that. What is this? Vitamist. Now, what is this? What is in this? Oh, DHEA. Thank you so much, sweetheart. What was her name? Her name is, we don't have her name. Brandy's Place, God's Medicines, Health Foods, and Supplements, 19077 West Dixie Highway in North Miami Beach. 190th and West Dixie. Let me just shake it for a minute. And this thing, too. Ain't nothing happening, George. It's not spritzing out. Good stuff. So thanks again to God's Medicini. God's Medicines. They're in, oh, man, look, hear the sound of that? You can hear the difference already. Like I said, thank you so much. Wow, DHEA, man, it's good for you. It's good for your immune system. It's good for what ails you. Good for hemorrhoids, too. Just spritz a little in your rectum, and you'll never see one again.
It's the 50-50 mix of today's hits.
Hey there, Brooke. How you doing?
Look, I almost was 5'8" and 110 pounds and blonde. If not for a little sperm problem on the part of my father. All right, maybe it was my mother's.
And yesterday's favorites.
Don't get sucked in by the consultants. They know nothing. They know absolutely. They're going to give you a big song and a dance. And whatever they tell you, by the way, stuff they stole from me and other people who are successful.
The best variety in South Florida. WIOD.
2 open lines a day. These people today are spastic. They're here, they're there, they're gone. They don't have the courage of their convictions. They're not going to tangle with me. All those good believers out there like that jackass before, that good Christian that's giving us fractured fairy tales. Even Bullwinkle never saw fractured fairy tales like those.
But where can I get some of those human fat candles?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can daven over them on Friday night like my grandma, like my Bubba used to do. And you can rock back and forth and daven. No, yeah, exactly. Cut the crap. Quit living in the Stone Age already. Come into the 20th century. Wake up and use your brain if you got one.
If you went in for liposuction, could you request that the doctor save your fat so that you could take it home and make candles out of it?
Enough for the sucking.
Probably Steve will have a spot on for that by the end of next week. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello. Mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Going once. Going twice. Thank you. WIOD.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Okay.
Listen, do you think if Paxton wasn't such a Bible thumper, his treatment of you would have been different?
I haven't got any. No, I don't think that's got anything to do with it. I think he's just an asshole. I think he knows nothing about this business. I think he brought in a guy who sold him a bill of goods named Walter Sabo, and he really believes that this guy is going to reinvent me and reinvent talk radio, and thank God I'm getting the hell out.
Right. My experience with them is, like, they can't seem to separate the business from
you know something, that religious... let me say it again. The meeting I had with him several weeks ago, every other word was effing this and S that and
really?
God... Oh, yeah, all that crap is just for show. I don't believe that he's in any of that stuff.
Also,
the word hypocrite comes to mind.
They use it when it suits them best.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's unbelievable. You have yourself a nice day, Neil.
Okay, and back to you.
Bye now.
The only God that he worships is on a dollar bill. We have 2 open lines in Broward, 767-9463, 767-WIOD, and we have an open line in Dade, 622, and we have 2 in Palm Beach and the rest of the universe at 1-888-474-9463. Let's get our Jell-O pudding before Bill Cosby's out of our lives forever, and before any more of these people off themselves and CNN's got any more great videotapes to show. Sure killed some good time. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
If they didn't have a devil, what would be the sense in having a Christ?
Yeah.
So that's why they have to promote it.
Meaning what?
Without an evil, there's no reason for their good.
Like Madeline O'Hare said before she disappeared, religion without a hell isn't worth a damn. That was exactly her quote. Yes.
Exactly.
That's right. You got to scare the hell out of the people, okay? As if anybody really believes that if there was a God, he would cause you to burn in hell forever. What kind of a God is that?
It's
What kind of a sick, twisted God is that?
That's right.
Who's supposed to be a loving God and yada, 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 but also is a selfish God. How can God be perfect and also be selfish? Isn't there like a little contradiction there?
Of course it is. And the thing
It's all
is that-
ridiculous. Even a child, if they sit down and they read any of this crap, they say, this is ridiculous. This is stuff for simpletons.
People don't read. They're just blinded by everything.
They're just
so
brainwashed, and they're
blinded.
too stupid. They're too lazy to think for themselves and get a new phone. They're too lazy to get a new phone. So there's Stephen J. Gray, who's also sick and tired of that news guy. That jackass. That arrogant, egotistical, pompous, award-winning jackass. We have an open line in Dade, 622-WIOD. We have one in Broward, 767-WIOD. Yeah, everybody around here, all this new regime, man, they're all big shots. They're all bossing everybody around. And, oh, get me this and get me that. Yeah, big deal. We're really impressed with your award, okay? John Milford, Bradford, douchebag the turd. We're really impressed. You wouldn't know a news story if it slid inside Uranus. Here's Boca. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How are you?
Great.
I've listened to you back in the WNWS days.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I agree with you and sometimes I don't. And I guess this is one of the times I don't agree with you.
About what?
Well,
About
I know
Halloween?
I know your show is satire, and quite frankly, no one does it better than you in terms of satire and
That's
wit.
right.
But there's one thing that I needed to mention, and that has to do with some, not all, but a part of the Jewish humor you use. For example, a lot of the Jewish humor I think is fantastic, like the song "Be True to Your Shul" and a lot of the other stuff.
Well, let's not hear about the good stuff. Let's hear about the bad
here's
stuff.
The stuff that
here's
that
the bad
bothers-
stuff. Yeah.
All right, here's the stuff that bothers me.
The bad stuff according to you. According to you.
Okay. A lot of people don't know that you're Jewish, and sometimes
So how could they not? How could there be somebody on the air using Yiddish words who wouldn't be
Okay.
Jewish?
Well, okay,
Isn't
what I'm
that
really-
ridiculous?
Okay, but what I'm really saying is that sometimes you...
That would be like saying to Molly Goldberg, don't say oy vey, because a lot of people don't know you're Jewish.
Okay, I guess what I'm really saying is sometimes you'll say things like Jew bitch or Jew canoe, and what I think it does, at least in my opinion, is that I think it fuels some of the anti-Semites.
Oh, get out of here. Give me a break. I mean, now you talk about ridiculous.
Well, no, I'm
going to tell you, any people who don't have a sense of humor, that's one thing about the Jews. Look at all the great Jewish comedians. The one reason the Jews have survived all these years is because they've always had a great sense of humor. Even in the middle of the worst adversity, they got a sense of humor.
I'm just saying that there are times where you'll get an anti-Semitic call or two, on the air, and I think some of them feel that if a talk show host makes these kind of comments on the air, it adds more respectability.
And how long do I put up with anti-Semitic calls?
Well, you don't. But
how long do I put up with anti-Cuban calls, even though I use words like spick and Julio and stuff like that? People with a sense of humor listen to this show. And the other people that don't have a sense of humor, they're listening in the closet, and I feel sorry for them.
I just, that's just my opinion, and I know that, for example, when, like the term Jew bitch or whatever, if someone other than a Jewish person said that, it would be highly offensive. There are many things you say on the air.
Why don't you go back to Canada, you Jew bastard?
See, I didn't even say it.
I know, but that's one of the things. But the bottom line...
Well, wait a minute, that's another one of the things?
Well, not that you said, but the recording that you just played.
Yeah, that's also offensive, yeah.
But when I say there's a lot of Jewish...
How about if I say you goy bastard? Is that okay?
No, it's not okay either. But what I'm saying is...
How about you spick bastard?
No, it's not okay either. But all I'm saying
How about you dumb Schwarzer you? How would that be?
Okay. In closing, all I'm saying is there's a lot of Jewish humor you use that I think is great.
Well, I that's fine. And you know something? I'm going to continue doing what I do.
Okay. That's just my...
I don't see. One thing I don't do is ask the audience to call in here and give me instructions as to how to do the show. We have plenty of people on this station who could use some instruction, believe me, desperately, but I'm not one of them.
All right, it's just my opinion.
Zygazun. Was he Jewish? We have two open lines in Dade. Huh?
Humorless kike.
Exactly. 622-9463, two open lines in Dade. And we have an open line in Broward, 767. Let's get back to the Halloween stuff, okay? I think the guy had an excellent point. Halloween is a disgusting, grotesque, satanic holiday. And all those evil cats and bats and spirits, you can smell it in the air. Can't you at Halloween time? You can go out there, or is that just all that rotting candy and fruit? Too much rotten fruit. Here's Tamarack. Hello.
Me?
Yeah, that's you.
You're not prejudiced. You pick on everybody equally.
Yes.
There is a sign that there is a God, though. Oh, by the way, there's a Jew in Tamarack.
Yeah.
Did you read last week or the week before Anita Bryant declared bankruptcy?
Yes, I did. I've mentioned that several times, and thank you so much for mentioning it again.
All right, last but not least, because I missed the morning, you did mention Fen, the big article.
Yes, I did.
And then again...
We had it yesterday. We were on it yesterday. The woman buried in her wedding dress.
You got it. And in closing, you've heard the term serial killer.
Yeah.
Is a serial killer a guy who goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
No, Frosted Flakes.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Too much Frosted Flakes, and you want to know why? Because it's loaded with azúcar, baby. It's loaded with sugar, sugar, sugar. Sugar is making more people hysterical and more people hyper and jumping off the walls, and your little kids are crazy. Why? Because you're loading them with sugar. Even all the baby foods, if you look on the label, most of it's loaded with sugar. It's the American way of killing the population with a great taste. And talk about addictive. Anybody else out there, I'm sure there are plenty of other people who even have a worse addiction than I do, although I have no idea how that's possible. I am telling you, man, if I eat something with sugar in it, there is no such thing as eating only one. If there was a box of 100, I could eat one or two with the best of intentions, and within a matter of 20, 30 minutes, they're all gone. I don't care whether it's candy. I don't care whether it's cookies. I don't care whether it's like a half gallon of ice cream. If I start eating something with sugar in it, it stimulates my appetite to the point where I just practically am killing myself with sugar. And you don't hear the government talking about that because it's big business. I don't hear anybody. I don't hear one person out there. All these people that want the network shows, all those TV shows to be rated. Everything's got to have a rating so we know we're not presenting anything harmful to our kids, like, God forbid, naked boobies. Oh, my God. We don't want to see our kids see a naked woman or a penis, God forbid. But every show on Saturday morning is sponsored by candy bars and cereal, all loaded with sugar. Every single one of those products that advertises on those cartoon shows and every other kid show on Saturday morning, every single one of those sponsors is killer crap. Killer crap for your kids. And I don't see anybody getting all bent out of shape about that. So it goes to show you, man, you can't complain about the American priorities because there aren't any. We have an open line at Broward, 767. We have one on the mobile, one purple line. Another grotesque day in hell here, man. We have definitely died here at WIOD and gone to doggy purgatory. Make no mistake about that. Because no matter how many bone-chilling, spine-tingling things we get ourselves into here, it's the same old please begging on your hands and knees like a dog. Like a dog begging for a bone, trying to elicit a response from you deadheads out there. Terrifying. How about Knots Landing, by the way? 1257 at WIOD. Loretta.
610 WIOD. Neil Rogers. While you're goofing off at work.
Meaning what?
610 WIOD.
It's not just the 1 to 2 hour. It's a phenomenon.
Hi there, boys and girls. Today, we've got a very extra special friend stopping by to show us all about something really special. I hear him at the door right now. Come on in, Mr. McMack.
How are you, laddie? Hey, brought by something I wanted to show you.
Ooh, I wonder what
Here
it is. It looks like an octopus with a kilt on.
It's me bag, boy.
Ooh, your bag?
Hey.
Ooh, what? Can I touch it?
Sure, go ahead.
Ooh.
Run your hands over it.
That's soft.
Hey,
that's
like
really
velvet.
Soft.
Hey.
What's this right here?
That is my blowpipe.
What do you do with the blowpipe?
You blow on it, lad.
You blow on
Hey,
it?
you put your mouth around it and you blow.
Oh, can I do that?
Hey, would you like to blow my pipe, laddie?
Oh, can I?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Come on, lad. You got to put your mouth around it, lad. Don't be afraid it's not going to break.
All right, like this?
Hey, that's a boy. Stick it all the way down your throat there.
It's getting bigger.
Hey, that means you're doing it right.
What's this over here?
That's me chanter.
What do I do with that?
What you do with that, laddie, is you put your both hands on it, you cover the hole, and you run your hands up and down the shaft real quick.
Ooh, it's making a noise.
Hey.
Like that?
Hey, run your hands up and down it there. Now what you want to do, laddie, is you want to blow on the pipe. You want to squeeze the bag nice and gentle. And then you want to run your hands up and down the shaft real quick.
Ooh, okay.
All together, all at the same time.
Okay, here we go.
Good, laddie. Hey, that's good, lad. Sure. That's good, laddie. Keep blowing. Blow harder, laddie. Harder. Squeeze the bag. Squeeze more. Run your hands up and down the shaft. Quick, faster. Run your hands up and down faster. Blow. It's been two, you're playing on my bag. Laddie.
Can we do that again? Can we do that again?
After I catch me breath, maybe.
Father O'Toole.
Rectum.
Okay, 106 at WIOD. Happy Wednesday to you. We have an open line and a mobile one. Purple line, amazingly enough, pound IOD. But that's the way things are going this week. That's the way things are going this week, as in WEAK. And we have an open line in Broward, which is ringing as I speak. How do you like that? Here's Dania. Hello. Dania is gone. Okay, that's good. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Great.
Sir, I'm calling you because last year, this day, I had a friend who died, and we call you and tell you about it. He was the one who called you, and you record, Tengo mucho pellejo en la punta.
Right.
Remember, and today is a year that he died, and I wanted to call you and let you know, and we all feel real sad about it, but he was a good listener of you. He'll listen to you all the time.
Tengo mucho pellejo en la punta.
That's the guy right there.
Oh, my God.
That's the guy. Today's a year that he died, and then...
Tengo mucho pellejo en la punta.
There he is, right there.
Well, we'll keep his memory alive.
Okay, Neil, you're doing a good job, sir. Get going. I hear you once in a while, but I always do, and be a good man, all right?
And what?
Be a good man, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Arrivederci.
All right.
What do you say? We have an open line in Dade, 622-WIOD. We have one in Broward, 767. We have the mobile one purple line at pound IOD, which ain't going too good today. We're having a sale on it. We not only pay the freight, we pay you $100. Not, what is this? What is this? For 2 decades, 2 heroic statues, one male and one female, faced each other in a city park until one day an angel came down from heaven. You've been such exemplary statues, he announced to them, that I'm going to give you a special gift. I'm going to bring you both to life for 30 minutes in which you can do anything you want. And with a clap of his hands, the angel brought the statues to life. The two approached each other a bit shyly, but soon dashed for the bushes, from which shortly emerged a good deal of giggling, laughing, and shaking of branches. 15 minutes later, the 2 statues emerged from the bushes, wide grins on their faces. You still have 15 more minutes, said the angel, winking knowingly. Grinning even more widely, the female statue turned to the male statue and said, "Great, only this time you hold the pigeon down and I'll crap on its head."
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, it doesn't say crap. Something close to it. A close relative. We have an open line and a mobile one line, pound IOD. We have one in Broward, one in Dade. We're solving the Halloween problem once and for all here today. We're solving the problems of the Heaven's Gate and Heaven's Great. We're going to solve the problem of those 2 bulldykes that want to adopt that retarded kid. We're solving the problem of that guy with his $9,000 engagement ring. We're getting him psychiatric help. Here's Delray Beach. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Whatever happened to that guy that Rick Sanchez hit?
Dead.
He died?
Yeah, dead. Let's go to Tamarack. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Uncle Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
All right, I just wanted to talk to you. I'm down from Gainesville now for the summer. I go to school at UF, whatever.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to say one thing. Danny Warfel's a douchebag.
Yeah.
He's a Christian douchebag.
Can't beat that gator meat.
Yeah.
Can't stand him. He's always on campus, always Bible thumping, preaching,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
I bet
blah,
that's
blah.
not the only thing he's thumping, if you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's really all I just wanted to say was that he's a douchebag.
He probably knows, what's his name? He used to be at FSU. What was the kid's name? He's with Tampa Bay now, the backup quarterback, Casey Weldon.
Casey Weldon?
There was another good born-again for you.
Oh, man.
Look out for those born-again athletes, man.
I can't stand
It's all a good act. God bless you, my child.
You too.
Okay. We have an open line in Dade, 6229463. See, now he's supposed to sneeze. And we have 2 open lines in Broward, 767 WIOD. You still have the mobile one purple line open. God almighty, how can that be? I think we must have sinned here today, George, and God is punishing that line for it. He's punishing it till it turns purple. Here's Kendall. Hello.
Hi there. How you doing?
Okay, sir.
I just wanted to kind of thank you. I bought the Center 1 CDs a long time ago, and I remembered that the bridge tender was on it.
Yeah.
And that took up a lot of space and everything, and you normally can't play that. So it's good that you put that on that CD.
What do you mean I normally can't play it?
So
I can play it, but it's just a little bit on the old side. It's a little old and worn out. That's why we put it on there, so people like you could listen to it over and over again and have yourself a good time with it.
Exactly. I mean, it's very long, is what I'm saying.
Well,
it's unless you had like to make it.
Not the bridge tender I met. It was pretty short.
Hey, I was wondering, do you still play that cowboy dick thing?
Yeah.
Can you do that on Friday, you think?
Can I do it when?
On the request Friday, in case I can't get through to call you?
Absolutely.
Because my brother...
Stand by for Cowboy Dick on Friday.
Thank you, because my brother's never had a cowboy dick.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll develop a taste for one. Have a great day. We have 2 open lines a day at 622-9463, 622-WIOD, and 2 on the Palm Beach and out-of-town lines, as in Boca and Delray. Are we on like 5 watts these last couple of days? That might be it. That might be it. We must be on about, what's our common point, 1.1? 1.0? Oh, it's 0.0. It's 0.0. That means we're off the air. And we're still getting a couple of calls. Not bad. God, can you imagine if we were on the air? We'd need about 4 or 5 lines. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Neil?
Great.
I'm the one yesterday. I'm Doug that sent you the holy water facts yesterday.
That was great, Doug.
That was a pretty good one.
That was better than the one I just read with the pigeon crap.
Yeah, well, that one was pretty good, too.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here's the chronic faxer again, which I said yesterday he stopped, but all I had to do was mention the name. Thank God he's still listening, and I'm still not ringing it away. And here's the other chronic faxer, which how do you like that? 2 together, George. 2 chronic faxes, and both going right in the square file.
I only send you the good facts.
Right. These guys have got nothing to say, and all they do, same waste of paper every day. Trees have to be cut down so assholes like this can send stupid faxes.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I've tried to listen to Karen a couple times.
The worst talk show in the history of the human race.
She blows.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm telling you, man, I have never, ever heard anything even close to the doo-doo.
The worst talk radio I ever heard in my life.
Exactly.
If I did Zabo, you think he'd give me a job?
Could be.
Maybe. Well, I wanted to talk about...
You might be a little too old for him.
The topic for this hour.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the 3 kids in the Catholic school in Miramar that they're not being allowed in?
Well, what do you mean if I heard about that? You can't even go to the bathroom without hearing another story about that.
Well, you know, I got 2 takes on that. One of them is that the father is a real asshole.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want his kids to understand, the reality of life.
Yeah.
But then again, it's the Catholics teaching it to them.
Yeah. Well,
go out there and screw everything and procreate and get us plenty of new recruits.
Now, all 3 of the kids are girls, right?
No, there's 2 boys and 1 girl.
Oh, there's 2 boys and a girl?
Yes.
Oh, no wonder they're upset. I don't blame them.
The one boy looks like he's about 16, and if he doesn't know everything already, forget it.
They better not start telling him stuff. He might start touching in places where it's not safe.
Father O'Toole.
Exactly. Have a great day.
See ya.
We'll see you. Okay. Oh, my God, the Catholic, it's like people that go to priests for marriage counseling. I mean, you talk about dumb. You talk about stupid. It's like people that go to the confessional. And Father O'Toole sitting there on the other side, he's demanding that you tell him every intimate aspect of everything you've ever done, mostly sexual. They don't care about the other stuff, okay? They don't care that you stole $5,000 from the company till. They want to hear about the good stuff. And they're over there on the other side. You say, hey, Father, you got like emphysema? You have a heavy cold? No, just keep talking. Yeah, right. Who are you kidding, man, you perverts? You perverts! We have an open line today at 622 Father O'Toole, and we have 2 in Broward, 767 Priest, 767 Fag.
Feel our pain. 610 WIOD.
The worst talk radio I ever heard in my life was on WIOD.
Deathbed Records presents a one-of-a-kind collection.
Death is the only good solution, and I like it.
Dr. Jack Kevorkian sings the songs of the Rolling Stones.
I'm Dr. Jack K. I use gas.
Now you can enjoy the soothing sounds of Dr. K in the privacy of your own home. Listen when you get up in the morning. Listen before you go to bed at night. Listen as you're placing your lips around the tailpipe of your car.
Start it up. I'll get in the van and I'll start it up. Yeah.
This album is not available in stores. To order yours, just call that elderly lady down the street who probably has his number by the phone. And the van will be over shortly with your copy.
The Supreme Court couldn't stop me from this.
Dr. Death sings the songs of the Rolling Stones. Once you hear it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it.
There's death all around. There's death all around. On WIOD. Go to hell.
And we didn't even need Dr. Jack. How do you like that? 119 at WIOD. We have an open line in Dade, 622. All 3 in Broward, 767-9463, 767 WIOD. Here's Delray Beach. Hello.
Neil, you're a faggot.
Okay, good. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the bulletin. That was Bud doing a voice. Here's Surfside on a mobile. Hello.
Buongiorno, Don Cheech.
Sì.
Mi chiamo Antonio Andonini.
Antonio Andolini.
Capisce?
Sì.
Sì o no?
What can we do for you, sir?
Frazier as a referee. You think he's a good ref?
They all suck.
Oh, come on, man. There's got to be one that's better than the
Well,
other.
he's not. He's fair. He has his good days and his bad days.
He's one of the fairer of them all, I think.
Man, he's okay.
You would rate
I've
him
seen
on
some real crappy games that he's called.
more.
I've seen games when he was more worried about getting his hair out of joint. That's all he cares about is having enough hairspray.
That hair does not move.
That's why he doesn't move the head too much, and a lot of stuff is going on the sides and behind him. He don't want to look because his hair might get out of joint.
I give him more fair than poorer games. I think he's, more on the better side.
More
Listen,
fair than well, he's fair.
I think he's
Weak.
good. I like him.
Sucks.
Was watching the game, the Ranger Jersey game last night. Was that also watching paint dry in your opinion?
No, it was better. It was better than the previous game. I thought the third period was pretty exciting.
Desperate.
New Jersey was all over them. They were hanging on like life and death.
Oh my God.
And Richter kept him in the game. And then of course the disallowed goal didn't hurt any because
that?
Bill Guerin decided to go through for a skate in the crease. I still can't figure out where the hell he was going.
He was probably trying to get out of the crease.
He skated right through it though. He had no reason being over there. He skated right through the crease.
Yeah, but all that happens in like a hundredth of a second.
You're right. I know, but these guys have got to be much more conscious of it because they know what's going on. He cost them.
Well, all right. I'm not going to argue with that. In closing, Neil, is your prediction changed on the Ranger Flyers? On the Rangers?
I don't know. I know my prediction has not changed on the Rangers going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They're like,
Well, will the Devils finally wake up now?
It don't look like it to me. I mean, they played one pretty damn good third period there, but they just can't score. They don't score any goals. How the hell can you win games when you can't score any goals? They remind me of the Panthers.
Yeah, but they're scoring enough to win.
They are? Looks to me like they're down 2-1 last time I checked.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant the Rangers. Well, all right.
No, I'm talking about the Devils. They're not scoring any goals.
Yeah, but they're peppering Richter with shots after shots after shots.
They got to stick it in there, man. You can't win unless you stick it right in there.
And the puck, too, right?
Right, exactly. Good luck, pal.
Finally.
In closing, yes.
Okay, I know. Even though you say Barnaby and the butching up of the Buffaloes is costing them the game with the Flyers.
No, I
don't
said
you like seeing that?
I said that mouthing off in the game on Saturday and getting into that big brawl woke the Flyers up out of a deep coma, and that was the turn. To me, that was the turning point of the series. If Buffalo would have won that game, they'd be in pretty good shape right now, but they're not.
How about the last game with the
Barnaby was great in the last game. He's one of my favorite players. I won't knock Matthew Barnaby. He was great.
See why.
Huh?
Now I can see why you like him. He's in your face. He's there.
He's dynamite.
Most of them. Ray also.
They got a hell of a team, man. They got Mike Pekka, and they got Holzinger, and they got Michael Grosek, and they got Jason Daw. None of them are superstars, but each and every one of them is a good, solid two-way player, man. They got a very nice team.
And balls, too.
Exactly.
They would have killed us.
That's right.
Listen, thank you for taking my call on AM 610 WIOD.
And thanks for calling 610 WIOD. We have an open line and a mobile one line. That's pound IOD. We have one in Dade, two in Broward. Is it going to be like this from now until we leave here in a couple of minutes? Oh, my God. If yesterday and today are the harbinger of things to come, the Holzinger of things to come, it's going to be a long, hot summer in the Magic City. Here's North Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is a first-time caller.
Yes?
I have a friend that's been listening to you for a long time. He always tells me how great you are.
Yeah, when are they going to let him out?
I think he's right.
Yeah.
All right, I wanted to talk about that Nazi Holzinger for a half a minute.
Nazi Holzinger?
Is that his name?
Yeah, Brian Holzinger.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a Nazi.
Well.
Number 19.
I was just wondering where he came from. I mean, I didn't know anybody
I think Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Oh, was it Winnipeg? Okay. We have an open line in Dade, 622-9463, 2 in Broward. We don't talk to people over the age of death, okay? Just because I played the Dr. Kevorkian thing don't mean we want to talk to old farts. I realize we can't be too choosy, but no old farts, okay? Because old farts smell stale. Make no mistake about it. That's right, seriously. If you cut one, like in the car or in an elevator, and it smells real musty, that means that gas has been in your body for a long time. The mustier the aroma, that means the longer that you've been harboring that inside your innards. And thank God we got it out just in time before a major explosion. That's right. Just remember you heard that from Dr. Neal. You heard it here first. I mean, I'm no Linda Lovelace or Linda Energy, whatever the hell her name is. Linda Energy. Boy, oh, but there's another amazing episode. When we write the 400-chapter book about this place, there's another one that should take about 5 or 10 good chapters right there. I mean, that whole episode with her and a physician standing behind her like some kind of a lemming.
I had one in my mouth once.
How are lemmings? Here's a lady in West Palm Beach. Hello. Lady in West Palm. Gone? Oh, my God. What's going on here with these people today? What is going on with these people? It's like they got St. Vitus dance in their pants. Don't tell me there's nothing going on in this town. Don't tell me you're in a big-ass hurry today, because I don't buy it. There ain't nothing going on here. It's deader than a doornail. And if you don't get to them within like 5 seconds, boy, well, we don't have time for you. 2 open lines in Dade County, 622-WIOD. 2 in Broward, 767-9463. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to tell you about a quick story. This was one time, right? I was at a party, right?
Yeah.
With a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
And we were all, having a little fun, partying, whatever, right?
Yeah.
The cop came in, right?
Yeah.
Broke the party up, took the joint out of my hand.
Yeah.
And then he took me outside, right?
Yeah.
Took me right by the cop car. And then he started smoking it with me.
Yeah.
He sparked it up, and we were smoking a big doobie.
Great. Congratulations. Okay, the Broward lines are wide open now, 767-9463, 767-WIOD. 126 at whatever this is. Used to be.
Oh, you're not doing that dial-a-mattress?
Where do you see a dial-a-mattress?
Oh, she wrote it in over here. She said she was going to tell you. I make good.
I hate to break the news to you, sweetheart. She didn't write nothing in over here. I don't know nothing about it. I'll be more than glad to talk about it since I got my own mattress from them right at home. But she didn't bother coming in here and writing nothing on my log. I'm supposed to be psychic. I'm supposed to know these things like automatic.
I'm sure it's my fault. By the way, do dial a mattress this break.
Okay, listen, if you need a good mattress, you can waste a lot of time and get all heated up and run around town and waste gas and spend a lot of money and go to your department store, okay, and get ripped off. Or you can just sit right where you are and pick up the phone and call 1-800-MATTRES. Dial-A-Mattress has got the best brands, the biggest selection in the entire state. They give you outstanding delivery all over the state, now all the way up to Jacksonville. So if you got like better things to do with your time than run around schlopping and schlocking for a new mattress, just pick up the phone and call them. 1-800-MATTRS. They give you the best prices, savings of up to 60% on quality name brand bedding. They deliver your mattress just a few hours after you order it. They come to your home, set the new mattress up, take away the old one, and if you don't like the mattress they bring over, you can exchange it with no questions asked. You can't beat this deal anywhere. So if you want to sleep on the best thing that you've ever put your butt on, at least in a mattress, pick up the phone and call them today. 1-800-MATTRES. 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S. It stands for stupendous.
The opinions expressed on WIOD are those of Neil Rogers.
Okay. Amen. You got it down perfect, man. You got the formula.
There are other opinions, but not for long. 610. WIOD.
I know that the Lord even loves Neil Rogers.
Quit with that Jew talk, too, by the way. I don't like it. Damn it.
Now the Pope depends on you and the powers you possess. Since you saved his life with your flying scissor knife, he's got a job for you to do. You have a brand new style too. We love the way you quaff your dew. With the big V on your chest and bulletproof skin tight dress. You turd. Defending those who are oppressed. Father O'Toole. Who's with the speed of a gazelle? Sends the bad guy straight to hell. When a building starts to glow with your image, then we know you're crushing crime with one mighty blow.
Oi! 132 at WIOD. Anybody out there know any virgins? We have 2 open lines in Dade, 622-9463. See, back in the biblical times, more sedate times, there were a lot more virgins running around. Oh, there weren't? Okay, let's go to Delray Beach. Hello?
Hello.
Delray, yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Hey, I know you feel kind of like Phil Hendry did when he knew he was leaving and he had to sit there anyway.
Yeah.
So I have a suggestion. You have something there where you can loop a tape and just let it play?
Yeah, I can do it. I can just put music on.
Find that
but
tape.
That would be wrong.
Find that tape of Phil Hendry burning the station down and a dog barking in the background, and just let it run.
Uh-huh.
And then get up and leave.
I don't think so.
Try it.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Have a
well.
great life. Yeah, oh, well. 2 open lines. There's another programming expert for you. See, I show up every day, and even though I may sound a little bit on the psychotic side, and even though I have nothing but great disdain for what's going on around me here, I just continue showing up every day, and every Monday they give me a paycheck, and I say, thank you so much, and thanks for those nice new billboards, by the way, all over the place. The big red ones, you know, with that stogie in my puss. And George and I just continue in amazement, shaking our heads and wondering when the hell the day is going to come that we can finally get the hell out of this joint. But in the meantime, we show up every day. And, yeah, I could just put a bunch of crap music on there, especially, you know, it's interesting this guy calls because, like I've said this before, as bad as the Paxson people are and the consultant and all the other crap that's going on here, if the audience, which they're not, but if the audience in this town, and they're never going to change. I've been here 21 years. They will never, ever change. These people are deadheads. But if the audience was responsive, it could be okay. I mean, we're, you know, basically in the driver's seat here. We could be having a good time every day. But it's the same old crap. No matter how many different things you talk about it, well, they're not interested. They got nothing to say. They got nothing to offer. They're too damn lazy to pick up the phone. Oh, hey, Neil, I listen every day, but I never call. I'm so sick of meeting people like that. If I had a $100 bill for every person I met like that, I could buy the damn joint and turn it into a parking lot. Oh, they're going to do it already? Look at those date lines. 2 open lines a day. I spent half of the show here just giving the phone numbers out. So no wonder these boneheads they got on there doing these stupid topics. No wonder they just keep repeating the numbers over and over and over again. What's wrong with talking about a couple of bull dykes that want to adopt some retarded kid? What's wrong with that? We had 2 calls on that today, which I don't even want to talk about it. We had 2 calls on it, which is more than she got. Except, of course, from Javier. I know you're listening out there, Javier, but you don't have the balls to call here today, you faggot. You maricon. Exactly. You maricon. Dade County, 622-9463. 2 open lines there, 2 in Broward. And just like all these religious nuts, they're out there listening right now, all these believers. They don't have the balls. How much confidence can you have in a bullcrap that you've been brainwashed into that you won't even pick up the phone and dispute what I'm saying because you know you can't defend it. You know it's a bunch of crap. And you're still, over the years, man, they finally just kind of vanished into the woodwork, except for that one jackball that called before about Halloween and the Druids.
Frank.
Oh, Frank. Oh, is that his name? Yeah, figures. Probably knows Frank Sinatra. Here's Miami Lakes. Hello.
I'm not calling about the Druids or the Dykes or anything.
How about Druid Dykes?
Or the Druid Dykes or Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
I never drive at 6 o'clock, but I happened to be driving yesterday, and I hit a few buttons, and all of a sudden, I hear a guy who's doing a really funny black guy, really horrible accent, you know, and I'm saying, gee, maybe Phil Henry's back on. So I'm listening to this, and I just can't believe this guy can't form a sentence, and he's talking like super ebonics, and all of a sudden, I find out that it's Hank Goldberg has some guy on who actually like has a show.
You're talking about Warren Cromartie?
Cromartie.
Oh, he don't belong on here just to say hello. He's horrendous.
When you get over there, you better get him out of there.
Oh, I better get him out of there. Yeah, I'm going to decide who's going to be there and who's not going to be there?
Well, your power, come on. Please.
Let me tell you this right now, okay, my power. I have never, ever, any place I've been in this town, 21 years, I've never decided whether anybody was going to be there or not going to be there.
But you tell the truth. So when you get on and explain to the people
I've already explained it. I'm not there yet. Warren Cromartie does not belong on the air. I've already told those people that, and they're pretty well aware of it. He blows. He's inarticulate at best.
Well,
and embarrassing at worst.
I felt bad. I thought it was like an anti-black thing because this guy was talking. I thought I had the Kingfish on, from Amos and Andy.
He is. He's going to be redoing Amos and Andy.
He was terrible.
Okay, I'm glad you like the show. Okay, now we're down to 2 calls. Dade County, wide open, 6. Like I said, see, this is where the problem is. It's not the Paxson people. I mean, it is the Paxson people. That's a separate story. That's a different chapter in the book. I mean, that's like the different 400 chapters. But it's this audience here, man. It's the IOD audience. It's the deadheads. The deadheads are like the redheads. And the redheads, by the way, are the deadheads. Make no mistake about that. You show me a guy with red hair, besides Boog Shambi, of course, my close personal friend. 2 open lines in Broward, 767 WIOD, 2 in Dade, 622. I'm just going to keep repeating the numbers till every line lights up. That's what I'm going to do. from now till the next break. I'm just going to keep repeating the numbers over and over again. That's our new format at WIOD. And thanks for calling 610 WIOD. 622-WIOD in Dade, 767-9463 in Broward, 1-888-474-WIOD in Palm Beach, and the audio net lines and around the world, toll free. We pay the freight, 1-888-474-9463. Open lines in Broward, 767-9463, 767-WIOD. Open lines on the out-of-town lines, the green line. I'm just going to sit here and keep repeating the numbers. I'm not going to put on some endless loop like that guy says and shirk my responsibility here to aggravate myself for the benefit of this audience. That's what they want to hear. That's what they love to hear. And that's the sad part of it is we could have a great show if we had people to talk to. But we don't, because it's South Florida, man. It's the land of the walking dead. It has been for years, and it's never going to change. And the powers that be who are in charge here, all the grave robbers, all these thieves, gypsies, tramps, and thieves, man. When they made that song, when Cher did that song, it was about this town. Gypsies, tramps, and goddamn thieves. That's what this town's all about. As in politicians, as in the people who are running this joint, and the people at Cemetery Village who want to make damn sure we're not having too good of a time. Here's a lady mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Neil?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Great.
I want to tell you that I did not see Ellen DeGeneres.
Number 20, all right. We're up to 20 now, 20.
Whenever. And also, you are absolutely right about the city of Miami. The people don't respond. They don't give a, pardon my French.
They don't give a, exactly. That thing bleeped itself. That was very good. She's got her own bleeper.
I've never had the guts to call you, and I wanted to call you and tell you that I'm dearly in love with your show, and I wish to hell there was more of you and more time. I wish I had more time on the air.
Amen. I should be on from 6 a.m. to midnight.
I agree, 150%.
Amen.
You're a breath of fresh air.
God bless you.
All right, take it easy.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There's a lady who cared enough to send her very best. How do you like that? After that guy, and you know something, everything was going fairly well until that Farbissina lunatic called with his Halloween bullcrap. That killed the show. Thanks a lot, Frank, you jackass, with your Bubba-Mices, okay, about the Druids and about that melting wax. I think this guy must have known Vincent Price. In fact, we ought to tie him up to a pole and beat the crap out of him, give him his own house of wax. Here's Plantation. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I understand you've got a program director that just left Real Radio up in Orlando.
Yes, sir. He just brought the same crap down here, right.
Hey, talk to the DJs up there. They hate the guy.
Yeah.
They were so happy to see him go, they had a party, and
He is a major, major asshole. He's two-faced. He's phony. He's full of crap. He came down here. He's screwing up people's lives. He's putting on all his cronies on here. The worst thing that happens when a PD comes in, he starts bringing all his old cronies in, then you know that the guy is strictly bullcrap.
Hey, you know what they need to
and
do?
And he's the same guy, by the way, who told me, I can't tell you how many times, oh, listen, when I was negotiating my deal, which thank God I did not sign with this company, told me about a zillion times, well, you know, if you're not going to be there, I'm not going to be there either. Right. Tell me another good one.
They've got a DJ up there that follows Howard Stern by the name of Ed Till.
He sucks.
He sucks.
Yeah.
You're not kidding. What you need to do is try to figure a way to get yourself to take his place.
Oh, yeah, that's just what I need to do is go to Orlando, man. That's what I've always wanted to do.
Hey, let's see Ed Till carry the ratings he's carrying now.
Maybe they can bring Ed Till down here. That's you better call him up and suggest it.
Hey, Neil, I've been listening to you when I'm down south here, even since the days of the Rock and Roll Army on Zeta.
Yeah.
You're great. You're wonderful. The best.
The best in the universe. Make no mistake about it. Thank you so much.
Okay, take care.
And arrivederci. Okay, enough of the sucking. We have two open lines in Broward, 767. I want to see these lines explode here. I want to see an implosion on the phone. I want to see a major, gigantic, right there. There it is. Right on that phone. I want to see some, some indication that there's some life out there. I'm so tired of going everywhere and telling me, oh, yeah, everybody over here listens. I don't care about that. It's great that everybody listens. That's wonderful. I want some assholes to talk to. Not smart people. I want some morons to talk to. I want some jackasses to talk to. That's what makes the show good. And to show you how little they know is they screen the calls so on the other shows, they screen them so intensively that the morons don't get on the air. Very rarely. And that's what makes great talk radio. That's what makes this station great is once in a while hearing a jackass, hearing somebody ripping the ass out of me or out of whoever it might be, out of Rick Riley. I mean, what could make a better day for anybody in America than hearing somebody calling up and ripping an ass on Rick Riley? My God. I get sexual excitement when we get a call like that. And usually it's true. I mean, so let's hear about his behavior again the other night at that thing when when the limousine picked him up and he was ordering everybody around and making all kinds of demands like some kind of a hotshot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Rick and Suds to a point. I like Suds. We have 2 open lines in Broward, 767-9463, 767-WIOD. But, Rick, that's another story. So, like I said, that's what makes it interesting and exciting and spices it up as opposed to this dry, boring, contrived, controlled, we're going to manipulate and put it on here. Yeah, good. Put it out of a computer, why don't you? Start generating voices out of a computer and type in the words that you want to be said on the air. That's real exciting radio, man. You guys wouldn't know a radio station if they shoved 5 of them up your...
Rectum.
That's right. Walter Sabo and Harry Venus. I hope the 2 of them may elope together. And you know something? For once in my life, my senses, my radar worked. I mean, a lot of times in this business, you're paranoid, you're a little bit overreactive. But, man, this time I had it right on the money, baby. Right on the money. I knew exactly what they were going to do this joint. I knew exactly about this real radio horse crap format they were going to try to install down here and bring down all their cronies and girlfriends and everybody else. Hey, hallelujah, great. Goes to show me they got a lot of respect for a station that's been on the air for 74 freaking years, right? Not.
610 WIOD. The topic today, why don't we get phone calls?
Right there. Don't move. Hold that thought.
610 WIOD.
George or Neil, whoever it is, you can tell your big, fat, f***ing atheist he has no right to talk religion because he is a faggot and he is not representative of our thinking.
Oh!
Father O'Toole.
They sold this radio station.
Oi!
Now the future is in doubt. We've been talking about Paxson ever since Cox pulled out. Now we'll work for Paxson.
Roy!
The man's a millionaire. Gonna work for Paxson.
I have no life.
He's like Wayne with more hair. You might think that it's a bummer when Phil Hendry's gone.
Okay.
Say goodbye to Aaron Summers. Say hi to Ron and Ron. They're gonna work for Paxson. And that's a matter of fact.
Incredible.
They're gonna work for Paxson. But Neil ain't changing his act.
Oh my God.
Paxson's a born-again Christian.
Oh!
Righteous as he can be. He wants to change the station's letters to WGOD. Now we'll work for Paxson. He's the brand new boss. Paxson. We're gonna work for Paxson. Paxson, make the sign of the cross.
Better not do it. It's too close to Halloween. It's already May the 7th. Too close to Cinco de Mayo, man. It's 150 at WIOD. Boy, do I feel good. It must have been that DHEA. You know what? That I just spritzed deep inside my...
Rectum.
Wow. Holy Toledo. I feel like Rick Weaver. Here's a mobile... Not that old, though. Mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Corky. A friend of Cheryl's, one of your Broward County paramedics, took care of you when you had your gallbladder attack about 100 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And you played something with a Scottish accent about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I had to call my partner.
It's me bag boy.
Yeah, the bag boy. Funniest thing I've ever heard you do, other than the farting contest.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, we're going to be on duty, and we'll probably be sitting at a Markham Park making $19 an hour.
What time do you want it?
We'll call you from the med unit, and we'll blow the siren for you.
Okay.
That's it.
You'll blow the chauffeur for us.
So, look forward to hearing from us tomorrow. We'll be in the med unit.
I might even come in for that.
The first time I called and I hate talking to you, and that was the funniest thing I've heard. It reminded me of The Simpsons.
Okay.
Okay.
Look out for me, Chanter boy.
We're there.
Okay, we'll
Thanks,
see you.
Neil.
Bye-bye. Okay. Here's Hallandale. Those Scots, you know, they got a great sense of humor. Those Scottish. Here's Hallandale. Hello.
Neil?
Yes?
You're a breath of fresh air behind a fart effect.
Okay, thanks a lot. That's Karen doing a voice. Thanks, Karen. Here's Kendall. Hello. Okay, another crazy spick, another little fag. Don't want to come out of the closet. We gave you the opportunity, pal. You could meet your maker. You could even yourself up with the Lord. Come right out and be honest about it today. Couldn't do it. He's just talking and talking. Pop, 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 pop. You know something? We haven't heard that in a hell of a long time either. But here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Hello there.
Yes, sir.
With all the crapola that's printed in the paper about you leaving every day and this and this and that, I'm surprised that they haven't started the speculation as to who's going to replace you.
Yeah.
because the person has to be crazy to come. It's like signing a suicide note coming to go.
Just tell me what your problem is.
Yeah, he's campaigning feverishly.
He is?
Mr. Ego, he's campaigning feverishly morning, noon, and night. He's playing all 5 sides against the middle.
But
and I congratulate you, Steve, for spending IOD, for spending packs and money while whining and dining the people from WNN, the motivation station, which is the very popular rumor around this joint, that he's playing them against the middle and this place against the middle and all over the place.
Because like I said, your numbers are going to go with you. Your listeners are going to go with you.
That's right. They're going to be better than they have been in a long time because it's stale. This whole station is stale. My whole existence on this radio station is stale. I need to be born again.
But, I just, it'll be interesting to see because unless they find some guy from the Hale-Bopp comments that comes down.
I couldn't give a crap who they bring in. They can bring in Walter Cronkite, God, and Moses. I couldn't care less. I'm just going and doing my thing.
Rick Shaw may come over.
There you go. Hey, by the way, there's a rumor that Sonny Fox, I'm glad you mentioned all of this. Sonny Fox is on 1040 on that, where is it, in Boca somewhere?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Oh, my God.
Hi, this is Sonny Fox.
Oh, geez. He's playing like Andy Williams records?
Yes, he's bouncing around everything. He does weekends on the country station, too.
On Kiss?
Yeah.
He's kissing it. Thanks for the good news.
Okay,
have a great day. Okay. So Sonny Fox is on that 1040, that real, Magic plays songs from like the 50s and 60s and maybe early 70s. That 1040, WJNA, they play music for people over the age of death. In fact, the Heaven's Gate people, they had that station on as they were eating the pudding. They had on the Sonny Fox show.
Hi, this is Sonny Fox.
Rectum. Wow. So, we all, Mos the Lebanon, as they say, got to eat. We all got to eat somehow. Got to pay for that pudding. Here's Naples. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me okay?
I hear you great.
Great. Okay, 2 things. I just spent the last 6 days traveling around Florida. I went to Orlando to see my ex-wife.
Yes, sir.
And she's moving back down to Naples. And I tell you what, if those people think that Orlando radio is what's going to go down here, I tell you what, they have another thing coming.
They need a lobotomy.
Exactly. The last 3 days I sat up there, and was it Joe Bob and Willie or wherever the heck it is, first thing in the morning. It's just, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Did you hear Real Radio?
No, I didn't go that far.
Oh.
I spent a lot of time with my wife and stuff, so, the only time I really heard him was on the way back today, going across I-4 and all that.
Because if you heard Real Radio, you'll hear an almost exact replica of what they're trying to reproduce down here with the contrived thing, with the topics, and with the heavy screening of the calls. And if they think that's going to go over here, man, more power to them. Salud.
One more thing is every break is the same thing.
Yeah.
They repeat.
These old ponderous jingles, these rejoins, they're doubling up on them now. We have one going into the spots, which is a great way for the advertisers to make sure that nobody hears their recorded messages because everybody's diving for the dial to tune it off. And then when we come back at the end of the break, we have another one of these corny old crap things. So they're like driving them down to people's throats, which is a lot more clutter, just takes up a lot more time, and just aggravates the audience.
On
the talent.
It seems like in their news broadcasts I'm talking about up there in Orlando, everything is the same.
Yeah.
For 2 hours, they mention the same stuff every
right.
time. So I tell you what,